It was so many random bodies in that bitch. It looked like a robot chicken episode. Nigga, like,
y'all already know what time it is. Welcome back to another episode of The Jam. It's JJ, Allen, AB, and Matt. Same as it always is. How are we doing?
Same as it always is. Let's get it, man.
I'm doing great, bro.
We got a jam-packed show for y'all. That's why we're going to try to keep this under 4.5 hours. I'm not going to tell you what we have going on until you subscribe and share it.
True, we need that.
Do that shit right now. Matter of fact, stop what you're doing
You think
and just
you're gonna
subscribe.
watch this shit and not share this shit? This is free. Like, nigga, share it. Fuck.
We need to eat tomorrow.
Like, oh my god.
Pause the video, go subscribe. It costs nothing. You can undo it if you don't fuck with us later. Follow on the YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all that good shit. We're on every platform as well.
Spotify, all that.
Yeah, they
I
told
want to
us.
say thank y'all for the support y'all been showing us recently. Bro.
Absolutely.
Insane,
No,
bro.
no. The support has been insane.
Yeah.
Before we even get into like anything, you have to bring up that insane comment of the girl in the lobby, because that was insane.
So on the Spotify, right? I guess somebody was here for like an interview, and she said that we let her in, like for her to like get in her interview type shit. And thank you.
That's crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Really appreciate you for watching the podcast.
The love
Appreciate
that
you.
we've been getting has been insane, especially the last couple of days. This last week's episode went perfectly. But yeah, we got a lot of shit to get into today. We're gonna talk about updates on the Kendrick Drake beef. We're gonna talk about Carti's album. Yay, regrettably. That's not even where it ends. We're gonna talk about Yay, regrettably, as well. We're going to talk about the major shifts that are happening in the fashion world. I know y'all been fucking with the fashion, so stay tuned for that. Then we're going to talk about the absolute downfall of the United States federal government.
Stay tuned for that too.
What's been going on? Stay tuned for that, please. Then at the end, we're going to get into some comment responses, because we told y'all, if y'all was listening, to leave comments with the Jam, hashtag the JaamTalks. So those y'all who listen, y'all get y'all comments responded to at the end. And we're also going to get into a little bit of banter about, we're going to talk about the baton situation too, isn't it?
Here we are.
Yeah,
about the baton situation.
I feel like every time he gives like the introduction of what we're about to talk about, I feel like the news be so shitty. It's like, you know that arc in Attack on Titans where they getting on the horses and they gotta fight them. Like rocks are coming towards us.
And you know it's gonna be long, but it's gonna be entertaining. And so grab your popcorn, grab your snacks, everything. We're gonna start off immediately with the bullshit I just seen. We were literally here about to cut the camera on. I get a notification on my Instagram. Yay, again, is back at it. Yay's back at it again, tweeting about Van Lathan, saying that Van is...
Wait a minute.
Bro.
Wait a minute. Van Lathan, the nigga that like bodied this man?
Yes, the nigga that bodied this man with Candace Owens randomly in the background of a TMZ studio.
Crazy. He did him so greasy that like I think it left like a permanent scar.
Yeah.
Mind you, it was so many random bodies in that bitch. It looked like a robot chicken episode. Nigga, like, I've never seen that many random ass characters in one place, nigga. Like, whoa.
You see
This
Ye
just happened
standing up.
this morning, mind you. Their whole beef was like, I'm 20, nigga. I was in like 7th, 6th grade.
Yeah.
I was in my granny.
I remember seeing that clip and not remembering it was Van Lathan.
Yes,
so like
exactly.
well after I
Exactly.
met him already, and I was like, oh shit, like what the fuck? Yeah, so he's still coping over that whole situation. He tweets a few minutes ago, Van is a pawn paid N-word Hardy R F-slur who gets paid by the Jews.
Oh, wow.
Bro,
What?
wildin'.
Oh, wow.
Jesus fucking Christ.
We gonna get into more of what the fuck
Yeah.
Kanye been saying.
He's
Yeah,
been moved.
This nigga.
The downfall of Ye will be televised.
Stay away from the nitrous, kids. Good lord.
Stay away from the
Jesus.
nitrous. And
Way
stay
off
away
the
from the
galaxy.
Kardashians. I'll give you an explanation on why. They'll fuck your whole shit.
Yo.
But yeah,
Crazy.
let's on similar rapper news before we get to him and all the shit that's involved with him. We now have updates on the Kendrick Drake situation, because it will never die.
I need to hear it, man.
They
I
are
need
all-
to hear
they're
this.
both
I don't know
on
shit
the
about
line.
it.
Man.
For eternity.
For eternity.
So let's first start off like where it started at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year, was it like April? April,
April,
May.
March, or some shit, May.
That was
The nigga, okay, so Drake comes off tour, right? And then he drops push-ups in response to
like that.
Like that, yeah. He drops push-ups, and then he drops Tailor Made, and all the tracks and shit come out.
shit.
Everybody and they mama said Kendrick won the beef, right?
Yeah.
It's like unanimous. He won the shit.
Yeah.
So
Well, no.
Shut your ass up.
Adonis was on the track.
Yeah.
So November of last year, right? He files a petition to basically, I think he said Spotify and
UMG.
Spotify or iHeartRadio were getting paid by UMG to push Not Like Us, right? And then
Which is that their fucking their artists? They probably should, right?
They do
Right.
distribution.
But like,
Make money.
the money, right? But like, he was alleging that they were doing payola type shit. So then, I
Those
think
of you who don't know what payola is, like,
Nigga, I didn't know what
Nigga, I didn't know what that shit was.
Yeah.
I just nodded. That's my emote. Nigga.
it's like artificially inflating like the streams of like music on platforms by like paying reactors and not disclosing that it's like a paid
or like
reaction,
you
stuff
like you pay a
Right,
software to boost up your streams type shit.
yeah.
Right.
So that he files a petition or whatever. I think it was this year, maybe I think earlier this month or last month.
Yeah, it was a few.
They dropped the case. They dropped that petition at all. Like they
I
said, fuck
remember
that
they
shit.
withdrew the petition.
Yeah, so basically they came to the conclusion that there was no payola. There was no payola at all. And then they I guess Drake's team tried to frame it, oh, we did a settlement or whatever, so now everybody's thinking, oh yeah, they paid Drake and all them. I'm like, no, that's not the case.
I thought that they withdrew the petition and then like filed the lawsuit.
Yeah,
Like, so
yeah.
they, like, and then, but I still don't know if they substantiated any of the claims of like payola, any of the shit.
Like,
Bro.
I think it's so dumb because I don't think you were there when we were listening Not Like Us. I think you listened to it first, but I remember me and Matt were on court listening to it, and then the song ended. We were like, yo, like he was kind of light on the disc, but we both said at the same time, this is gonna be a hit song.
Yeah.
So like, bro, you hear it's catchy as fuck. So why would it be paid?
He
to
says
be
it on
put
the
out?
at the end of the Heart Part 6. He's like, I really fuck with that West Coast one too. I would have bought with it if you wasn't doubling down on some other shit. Like, it sounds
You know it's a
everyone
hit.
bop with it.
Not only that, you know it's some West Coast shit.
Like, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. I probably gave that nigga like a good 10,000 streams. I'm not gonna lie to you,
Bro, I'll be
Like,
real
I
with you,
was
bro.
had that bitch on replay.
Yeah,
It was a good
It's just
song, bro.
fucking. Well, actually, get into the new.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
the new shit?
Okay, so they dropped the petition or whatever, and then I think Drake he files another federal lawsuit this time,
that's what. Yeah.
and it was the defamation suit. He was alleging that I think UMG.
Like, to drink some water. Nigga, it's so like it just hurts my soul as a Drake
Right.
fan, bro.
Does, bro.
It's stupid, bro. So then he filed a defamation lawsuit alleging that UMG purposely pushed out Not Like Us to defame his character. So then UMG comes back now and basically filed a motion to dismiss the case because it's like, bro, it's a bunch of bullshit. So this is
This was the new moment that
this
they just.
is what they started off with when they entered in the building, right? It's a quote from Drake's song "Successful." Yeah, I want it all. That's why I strive for it. Diss me, you'll never hear a reply for it.
No.
What just fell?
Can you repeat? Can you repeat that one more time?
Let me clear my throat again.
Let me hear that.
Say it again.
Yeah, I want it all. That's why I strive for it. Diss me, you will never hear a reply for it.
Which one is our? That's our camera.
Yeah.
Kids, don't do Percocets because like there's something
Do not
going
do
on with the
Percocets,
mind, bro.
Yeah.
Something's wrong with this.
I remember
nigga,
you
bro.
could see like early Drake interviews. He used to always be like, man, like, I'm just chilling or whatever. People, they're like, oh, if you want to be the best, people are going to diss you. He's like, man, I'm never going to reply if they diss me. Because he was being like himself.
Right.
But then he got wealthy, he got top of the game, and he decided he had to be a mob boss from Toronto.
I don't know where it came
I don't know where it came
like,
from.
Why?
And you know what? Like
you could have just like
exactly. You know what the exact contradiction of all this is? That fucking AI freestyle shit was
Yeah.
literally when he was like, "Oh, I know you're gonna call me a pedophile and this and that because I've been with younger girls." And now you're suing because it's defaming your like.
Yeah.
What are you
It's
talking
so
about?
stupid. And they put that shit all in this dismissal motion.
I just
Like
don't.
it's like a legal diss track, to be honest.
Yeah, what I seen was like, so pretty much the argument, because it was the legal argument shit was so funny to me how lopsided it was, and I originally was in school like trying to study to be a lawyer. So I'm looking at the shit and I'm seeing, like, I remember in the petition that just got filed, like the motion to dismiss the case, UMG's like, if you accepted like the loss, like the unbothered rapper that like you claim to be, like Drake or whatever, I don't see where the issue is, where now you have so much of an issue that you have to sue somebody.
Right.
Like your entire career to this point, even throughout the diss track battle, man, somebody get these guys, they're in shambles. Your whole image is being unbothered. Unbothered, you know, I don't really give a fuck. Nigga, Lil Yachty came out, was like, it didn't really fuck with him like that.
Right.
You filed a warrior.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, I had to pull my kid out to school, and I had his threats of violence. Bro, what's going on? What's happening? It sucks, don't it? Every single
like, bro, I be wanting to strangle this nigga, but he's not wrong though, in a sense of like, bro, you cannot say all of what you be saying. It's because, like, I think we were talking about it. Drake honestly does not believe or did not believe that anybody that like could get as big as him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Once a nigga got as big as him, it like fucked it made him spiral because the nigga genuinely for years now, 10 plus years, has been like, nigga, there's nobody that can touch me. Even if I do respond, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna beat him in the number game. I'm gonna beat him in the internet game.
Right. And the nigga
then the nigga just lost everything.
He said that.
Like,
fuck
Crazy.
Lord,
You wanna know,
bro.
I'm so happy,
silence.
and the reason why, and especially when we talk about it, it'll like piss you off, is because the thing is, we're all at one point, we're like Drake fans. So I have so many Drake songs that I've listened to, and I know them lyrics. So I'm like able to see an inconsistency here. Nigga, I'm pretty sure on push-ups, he was like, oh, money-wise, I'm out of here. You not creeping up.
he said
Number-wise, I'm out of here.
number-wise, all
Nigga,
that.
it's not our fault that everything you said aged fucking horrible.
No, like,
nigga.
when did the beef start?
The beef started, well, officially back in like 2013, but like for this year in May.
Yeah, in May.
Yeah.
May
Bro,
20.
I remember before For All the Dogs came out, this nigga was like the biggest artist in the world. I mean,
Yeah.
like everyone was like doing like the whole glazing trend, whatever.
The
Like, yo,
Anita
Drake's
Max
the best.
win,
Exactly,
yeah,
bro. He
bro.
was
I feel like
everywhere.
that shit
just
right,
for
the
now.
Anita Max win shit, that shit fucked him up, bro. Cause it's like, you get into all this gambling shit, right? And I feel like he tried to, well, what people were saying at first is that he was allegedly trying to like negotiate another contract. So what I'm thinking is, if that's true, this nigga really gambled like his whole shit away.
I think well, no, the gambling money came from Stake. From Stake.
Yeah, but I know,
Stake
but
deal.
like that gambling mindset.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Of losing a
This is what I think. I think niggas was dick riding. Niggas was dick riding Drake for the longest. Niggas was dick
Especially
riding with
after
the
her
Anita
loss
Max
drop.
win. Yeah, the Anita Max win. Everybody fucked with that. He did the whole Turks and Caicos interview with Yachty that blew up. He did the shit with Bobby that blew up.
Yeah,
like
his tour,
bro,
was
his
massive.
tour,
with, 21
nigga.
Savage.
Everybody was on a nigga dick. It's just right. You had hella people waiting in the shadows for the nigga to fall, right? Which usually is something that you'll be like, nah, them niggas just hating them niggas. No, bro, you been punching niggas for years now.
bro.
You been poking niggas for years, and finally, you get a nigga to step up to you. He beat your ass. He beat your ass on the numbers game, and now you're balling your eyes
And we're
out
not talking
trying
about,
about
like,
defamation.
we're not
It's
talking
crazy,
about like
bro.
just fighting any nigga. You're putting your
about-
hands up against John Jones.
Yeah,
Like, like, you're not
Compton
doing
nigga,
nothing.
And that's the
Bro,
nigga. That's the
come
one
on,
nigga that
like-
people been saying like he might not be numbers wise the best, like better than you or bigger than you.
Right.
But everyone, a lot of
There's
people are
one
saying
nigga-
like that nigga, if anyone, is better than
There's
you.
one
Exactly.
nigga that you do not go after, and it's that nigga. It's like the dumb niggas that be like Superman versus Batman. I don't give a fuck what you say is happening.
Nigga,
Stop
oh,
it.
God.
You stop it.
That nigga
Superman,
dying.
Superman is smoking that nigga.
Nigga,
I'm
yeah.
sorry.
Exactly.
You think I'm gonna argue against a short nigga from Compton? You've lost.
Nigga,
He been dealing with turmoil his whole
His
life.
whole life.
Buddy do
Nigga.
full-blown workouts in a whole sweater.
Yeah,
sweat.
no,
Yeah, like,
and
nah,
the shit
bro.
that pisses me
That's
off
something
about
you
it.
don't wanna
I don't know
fuck
if you've
with.
seen. I don't know if you've seen. If you were gonna get into what Drake's lawyer team like responded with.
Yes. Oh my
Nigga.
brother. Oh my brother. Okay, before we get into that,
Yeah.
this nigga, it said Drake also alleges that Not Like Us constitutes second-degree harassment.
Ooh, yoy.
Yo, what the fuck? But sues under a criminal statute that does not prescribe speech and has no private right of action. All right.
He made polar opposites, guys.
He made polar opposites, and he hasn't lost his mind yet. You know what I mean? Kendrick been in songs. Ooh, like, he getting there. They all getting up there. and shit.
Yeah.
Good thing we got Osama, son.
Get out.
Get out.
Son.
Get out.
Oh,
Get
no.
out.
No, I'm just.
We'll end it 15 minutes and get out.
No, but yeah, that I feel like there's always been that discrepancy between like what a nigga will write about and like the surface level shit as opposed to like a nigga writing about that turmoil that they've been through. So that person might be able to reach deeper in a bag to be like to say some fucked up shit about you. Right. Like
this man got on concert with holes in his fucking hoodie and smoke coming out and then just said that song was harassment.
Second degree.
You're like next level type of pussy. Like they have never talked about pussy.
No.
But I want to ask you what you think about it.
What
Drake's lawyer said.
So the issue is, right, if essentially what happened with Drake's lawyer team responds and is like, their UMG is just obviously trying to throw out and dismiss our case because we're trying to finally hold UMG accountable for taking advantage of its artists and XYZ because Drake's lawyer team is alleging that UMG decided that it'd be profitable to like take advantage of Drake by destroying his reputation. So they're finally checking UMG's abuse.
Question. Yeah. How long was Drake with UMG for?
About 15 fucking years.
15 years!
15 years and now you have a problem.
So the one time you get punched in your mouth for the rhetoric that you've spouted for the last decade, now you're an activist.
Now
you
you're
just
problem.
acting like an activist is make-believe. Don't even go back to your hood and play no audience. The fuck is we talking about, dog?
I'm about to cry.
And you know what's so crazy? It's so interesting. I remember when the beef like first took off, and I remember they did an interview with Vince Staples, and Vince Staples was talking about the whole thing. He was like, "Bro, this shit is pointless." He was like, "What they both need to do is come together and actually like help younger artists who are getting fucked over by like actual like shit deals." And it's crazy that now that you're losing, now you want to talk about a problem in the record industry. Now you want to be like, "Oh, I can save the other." Bro, you've been in this rap game, you've been in the top, you've done nothing for no one.
If we're being real, right? Like you saying, Drake has never advocated for the fuck.
No.
Drake advocated for
not only has he never advocated to it, what was his first line of attack against Kendrick in Push-Ups? You're in a shit record deal. Drop and give me 50. You're making fun of a nigga because he's in a shit record deal. Now, I'm supposed to believe that you're actually an activist trying to destroy the way the records got controls over the record deals.
What are we talking?
Bro,
talk about
it don't make no goddamn
bro.
sense.
The same shit you're talking about.
The city is pretty ways.
Bro, oh my God, he's senile. But
we
the
know.
main thing, right, is like you're talking about that, but you don't even realize you're the problem. Nigga, you created the OVO sweatshop.
Yeah, you did.
Your label is so shit, they call it a sweatshop.
Yeah.
Nigga, when's the last time you heard from my
can't find my phone.
Yeah.
Bro, people,
Deep pockets on a nigga, I can't find my phone.
like,
Yeah,
bro.
like when it comes to the way that it's been seen, like OVO runs and just you benefiting off your general success, right? It was all about you. You're benefiting from the inner work, like the connections that you get through UMG. Drake has been on every playlist. I remember around Scorpion times people were talking about it and they were complaining because they're like, why the fuck is this nigga on the country music playlist, like on the cover? Because they were promoting his shit because that's their biggest artist and they're trying to like push him out. UMG also has Kendrick, and it just so happens that this is the year
Now
where
he's
Kendrick
the
is like,
biggest artist, yeah.
And
So
I
it's
just
like-
don't understand.
so
Like, what is
it's business, nigga.
What is his end goal with this?
It
Because
feels-
it's like, it's like, bro.
He's just crying, bro. He's throwing the fucking
you can't throw out defamatory shit and then a nigga hit you with some defamatory shit and now you're.
You know what I really think? I genuinely think that Drake has kind of like lost respect and or does not give a fuck about like hip hop culture now.
Yeah, the game. Yeah,
I feel like he doesn't give a fuck about the game because he has so much resentment from niggas like not accepting him because he a weird nigga that he saw off the XYZ. I think he's built up a bunch of that resentment. Now he understands probably that him doing a lawsuit, niggas gonna call you a bitch. Niggas gonna be like, this is disrespectful to the game. But he doesn't give a fuck. He probably wants to have in a legal court document somewhere that's saying that the allegations
Right.
are not like us
Yeah.
are false, so he can hold it up. Which even if you got that, who the fucking hip hop culture is gonna look
nobody
at you
gives a
waving
fuck
a
about
piece of
you no
paper
more, yeah.
and being like, we didn't just hear
you're
the
killing
song
it
we
now.
heard.
The
Like,
stand.
you know what I
And
want,
like-
bro? I want these niggas to get back to making good music.
Yeah.
All of these niggas to get back to making good music.
All of these niggas to
All
get
of
back.
these niggas.
Every single one of them to get back to making good music.
Oh, so we're going there? Okay.
We're going. Get serious.
After 5 years.
It's time to get serious. It's time to get serious. Yeah. Playboi Carti. Let me have a heart to heart with you really quick, Playboi Carti. A little bit of background for everybody watching. If you guys don't know who Playboi Carti is a very big artist right now. He's been a very big artist. I couldn't tell you what type of music he makes.
Him talking, I'm about to rip my jacket off.
Speaking of Van said that he makes that Joshua music, and I said, wait a minute. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, hold on.
Joshua music.
That Joshua music. He said he had an alter ego like Joshua. He was just screaming and shit, and that's like the music that Cardi makes.
Jesus.
I said, okay, Van.
Make Joshua music. Nah,
But as we get into it, bro, give your personal.
yeah, I got you, right? So Playboi Carti, he's an artist, right? I've been following Playboi Carti. We've been following Playboi Carti since we was what? Like
nigga, since like
7th, 8th grade?
Lil Scuds
7th,
in the
8th grade. Lil
sandbox.
Scuds in this
since
shit.
Magnolia. Then
Yeah.
after Magnolia.
Yeah. True.
Then
true,
it was
true,
the
true,
leak. So go
Yeah,
into that.
true. Then it was the leaks. We was fucking with Playboi Carti, right? And not just fucking with Playboi Carti, bro. Playboi Carti was like, I had a few artists on my list that was up there. He was up there. Like, especially as I was going, like, growing up in high school, he was up there.
If I can give a little personal like story with that, I remember in 2021, it was I think for my 17th birthday or some shit like that. We went to Houston.
Yeah.
And we were in an Airbnb, and I remember me and my homie at the time was like saying, we were the two niggas there. We were like, we do not fuck with Playboi Carti. Like, I can't understand what he's saying. Like, there's too much going on. And Alan and Matt were adamant. They're like, nah, this is one of our favorites. They were just playing Playboi Carti, trying to put us on with it, and we just sitting there like, nah, I don't know if we fuck with it.
Tripping.
Bro. Tripping.
Tripping.
And we was like, bro,
It
this
was
shit was
Playboy,
hard.
I have Magnolia,
bro.
Hard, bro. This shit was crazy hard. And then 2020 came, right? 2020 came, obviously COVID, everything happened there. Nobody expected nothing really. And then this nigga drops Whole Lotta Red, his what was that, third album?
I think it's
Third album.
His third studio album. He drops Whole Lotta Red during 2020. And I remember the rollout of Whole Lotta Red because not only was it Christmas fucking night the nigga dropped. Nigga, my mom is Merry Christmas. Cardi dropped. Nigga,
I remember being in the car when that happened.
not only did that happen, but also everybody hated it when it first came out.
Bro,
Everybody
I'm
hated
not
Whole
gonna
Lotta
lie,
Red when
bro.
it first came out.
When I heard that shit, the first time I heard Whole Lotta Red, that shit was ass.
Bro.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's like, bro, what? This nigga screaming on the track, every track shit. I didn't fuck
It
with
was
bro.
so different. I was gonna say it was so different, and we wasn't expecting that, bro. No, but even off the leaks that we was on, niggas just wasn't expecting that from him, right? It grew on me, and also a lot of the other music in it. Like there were some leaks. New Neon, Place was a leak. There was multiple leaks in the album. Started fucking with it, nigga. It's been 5 fucking years, bro.
Long.
2020 to 2025, this nigga Carti goes and drops another album. I can confidently tell you, any nigga that said it was a 30 out of 30, you didn't listen to the nigga before. That was the most bullshit album I've ever listened to, and it pissed me off to my fucking core because, dog, niggas expected more from you. You gave us shit. And let me explain why he gave us shit for the niggas that's listening, like hearing me like, okay, this nigga tripping. This nigga Carti, right? If y'all didn't know, right? And I don't know. I will 100% come out and say this for all y'all niggas in the comment warriors, nigga. I don't know if this is alleged or if it's like fact, right? But there was shit going around saying that Carti would have had to refund a lot of his orders that he was doing for I Am Music in March. By March 14th, he would have had to refund the shit if he didn't drop, right? And this is the thing that makes me believe this, right? One, this nigga's on Kai Cenat's stream, right? Not only does the nigga say, yeah, the album's dropping at 12. First of all, albums always drop 11 CST, 12 EST, 9, what is it, 9?
9 PST?
9 or 10
It's
PST
like,
or some shit like that?
Yeah,
10 PST, right? The nigga comes out literally minutes before I'm on stream. Nigga comes out and is like, nah, it's not gonna drop right now. It's gonna drop at 12 PST.
Yeah,
bro.
Before we even get there, this is the first album drop in 5 years. They're excited for it. I've never listened to a Carti album like live, so there is a reaction on what you on, Matt?
Yeah,
actually, on YouTube.
What you on,
right?
Matt, on YouTube.
There is a live reaction of us listening to the album. If y'all want to check it out, I was kind of like, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't have expectations. All I knew was that Kendrick was going to be featured on it too. So we sit down, we like waiting the whole day. We like, all right, cool. We sit down and start recording at 10 p.m. so that when it's 11, we'll get the album dropped.
Exactly.
Then the bullshit starts.
The nigga,
hold on.
You had the same thing.
Say it.
Okay, point of view, bro. We wake up. I'm like, holy shit. No, prior to waking up, it was the day before that. I'm like, yo, Matt, I think Carti actually might be dropping tomorrow. We're like, bro, you bullshit. Then like billboards that night, we were like, oh, he's dropping for real. So then the morning passed.
And he posted it actually.
Yeah, then the nigga posted
it. The morning, I'm like, bro, Matt, like, I'm excited. Like, it's been 5, like, long years, because the thing is with me and Matt and our attachment to Cardi done got us through, and it sounds like crazy.
It sounds crazy.
He got us through a lot of hard times, bro, and it was crazy because it was like, look how far we came. Like, we in our own crib about to listen to this new album, and it wasn't like that before.
Bro,
It was
so
like me with Kendrick. Kendrick
Exactly.
did for 5 years.
Niggas
nigga.
used to be shitty in their mama crib in the basement listening to this nigga Cardi, and now
right.
we're in our own shit. Like
That was the only thing we
yeah.
do because niggas didn't have bread to go nowhere. So we're like, bro, let's just listen to some Cardi and just talk. So, bro, like he said, time rolls around because at our time, it's like, what is it, like 11, it drops. So 11, he starts stream. We screaming, getting hyped. Swamp! See it. Look, you say all type of shit.
Real quick, when did you start stream? Because he was
Bro,
live too. We were
I
all live
started
at this
stream at like 10 o'clock p.m. So I'm like, okay, it hits 11. I'm like, something feels off. But I'm like, you know what? There's a blood moon today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Like,
blood
go
moon.
ahead.
Okay.
Blood
So the
moon?
blood moon.
Explain that shit.
Bro, so the blood moon, right? Everybody's tweaking out because he's like, oh, it's not dropping till 2 our time. I'm mad as shit. Everybody else mad as shit. What the fuck is going on? But then there's a blood moon that's dropping, or that
blood moon dropping.
They gotta release time.
nigga, the blood room about to drop and shit at 2. So now we're like, oh, this misunderstood ass nigga trying to drop his album with
On
the blood
moon, yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, I wait till
2
2 a.m. for this fucking album. It doesn't drop, bro.
It
It
are
doesn't
on live.
fucking drop, bro. We're on live. It doesn't drop. Kai Cenat is nigga, there's 300,000 people in Kai stream. Nigga, everybody's like, where's this album, Cardi? Cardi's DMing the nigga. It's 28 songs. It's coming soon.
Any minute now.
Any minute
Not
now.
even to cut you off, you skipping a little too
What I'm
ahead,
skipping, bro?
So we're there. We're waiting for it to drop. We're like, why isn't it there? We check the time. They're talking about it's 12. So now our time, we have to wait till 2. So mind you, it's like 10:30. He's streaming. So now this nigga has to damn near bullshit for that entire time till 2. So then it hits 2. Hit what you saying.
Nigga, it hits 2, doesn't drop.
I'm
right?
refreshing the page. Like,
Nigga,
or is
literally.
it
Nigga. I got you. We gonna refresh. Boom. 210. 225.
245.
245. Nigga, the album has not dropped yet. I told Chat, I'm like, Chat, I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting off at 3. I'm like, I'm not about to keep doing this shit with this dumbass nigga who don't even got the respect for his fans to drop on the right time.
Now-
the nigga doesn't drop.
Keep in mind.
It's like
Hold on.
2:30,
Yeah.
right? And we're all on live and we're watching Kai Cenat's live stream because we're like, what the fuck is happening? This nigga Kai has DMs open on Instagram.
Listen.
Yeah.
The nigga Kai, he's like, yo, Cardi, what's the estimate? What's the estimate? He talking about shit. he said shit, bro. Like,
Bro,
I'm
Any
like,
minute now.
this
Nigga, that album didn't drop till 7 a.m.
Bro, this fucking vampire called, didn't even say hi. He said, put the shit on the screen, and it's blasting the worst song I've ever heard in my life. And he's just flexing the chain. He was like, when the album comes, he's like, any minute. Bro, he said any minute. An hour passed. Kai is still like talking to him. Bro, the conversation got so dead. He was like, what's your favorite meal to eat? This fucking, this
He started
bitch
doing a
ass
20
nigga
question
is
interview,
literally,
bro.
he's talking about, oh yeah, I like, and he talking that Atlanta accent. He's like, I like that seafood boy from New York. I'm like, what are you talking about? Drop the tape. What are we talking about,
Everybody in the
Mind
catch
you,
him on
I'm
trial.
pretty sure it was
Like,
2:30 a.m. the first time this nigga Cardi was like, yeah, it's 28 songs. It's gonna come out any minute. We clearing samples, nigga.
You're clearing
samples.
The day you have to drop.
You're clearing samples.
Hours after the appointed drop time, you're
Nigga.
clearing
Bro,
samples.
and-
Okay. Let me tell you though.
bro.
Because we got more shit to get to. Nigga.
irritation.
That's
how
irritation.
bad it got.
Bro. The nigga doesn't drop. He ends up dropping at 7. Not only was he wrong about the amount of songs on the fucking album.
It's 30.
It's
30.
It's your own take. Nigga, it's 30 songs on album. He was wrong about that. The nigga said he had to clear samples and all types of shit. Then I see everybody dick riding it. Bro, I've never been so mad, bro. We need to stop. Bro, and then niggas will sit here and be like, but Cardi, why did he take 3 hours to come out and Rolling Loud? Nigga, he don't give a fuck about y'all.
He don't give a
because
fuck.
this nigga dropped some bullshit, gave it to you niggas that's unmixed. Some of the songs are AI. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Insane,
We're like
bro.
geeks.
The album was not done.
Yeah.
Period.
That's what it was for me.
up.
Is I remember I didn't really have expectations going into it as like someone because I don't listen to Cardi like that. But I remember I forget. I think it's like I think there was one song with Ty Dolla $ign on it. It was super repetitive, but like I remember hearing it. I'm like, these vocals sound way higher than the actual like mix of the beat, like way louder up front. And I'm just like hearing shit throughout the album. Like you can tell the shit does not sound finished, mixed, mastered properly.
For the audience, they don't get it. The audience don't get it. So we're gonna play a snippet for the audience.
You tell me if y'all fucking
y'all
with this
let
shit,
me
bro.
know if this shit sound plausible.
Mind you, before you even play it, 5 years.
5 years. 5 years.
Half of a decade.
Half of a decade.
We were all little scuds. We was all in high school.
For this vampire.
Let's hear it.
Let's go.
And keep in mind, that entire album, bro, I understand that Swamp Izzo, I think he's from, I think, Atlanta, right? Or something
Nigga,
like
I
that.
don't care.
Swamp is to be Jesus Christ himself. You don't need to stand his name. You don't,
Bro, the entire, bro, when I tell you the entire album was just Swamp Izzo, Swamp It. I'm like, bro, the best songs, the best Munyon and Cranked, and it's a whole. I think it's like 2 other spamming.
Can I give you for cause
Like-
the audience doesn't get it though. The audience doesn't get it. Can I give you a reference? Nigga,
DJ
in
Drum.
Trim, no. In Trim,
The song Trim.
the song Trim on his album. Ask me how many times Swamp Izzo said his tag.
How
Give me a guess.
I'll say 10.
15.
Gotta be 20.
35 fucking times.
At that point, you have to have like some like death threat
This
on him, some
nigga
shit.
push the button 35 fucking times in the stew.
And for the people that don't know who Swamp Izzo is, he's like I want to say DJ Drama or DJ Khaled, where they put their tags.
He's a DJ.
not-
But
It's
you
not than you.
understand.
You get it, yeah.
With
DJ
DJ
Khaled
Khaled,
and
he'll
Right.
usually say some bullshit at the beginning of the track.
or
he'll
you
say
hear DJ Drama, sound.
Yeah, or they'll say it at the end of the track. Nigga, why is it minute 2 and 45 out of a 3-minute song and I'm hearing swamp it, swamp it, swamp. Nigga, stop. It's not like
the
an
amount of nut ass.
What the fuck?
You can go in it more in detail too with like kind of like the cult following and how they like accept anything. Truly, the reason I think why the Swamp Izzo was spammed so much, because like you said, the tape wasn't finished.
It wasn't done,
Yeah.
bro.
So they had to add
They had
any
to fill
filler they
in
can.
something exactly.
That's
bro.
what I think it was.
If I can give like perspective on, because they were super excited to show me the album, it kind of proved a lot of like the people who hate on Cardi, because I was somebody who was, I'm still not really a Cardi fan, but it's like, hey, like niggas will talk about like the mumbling, you can't really understand. Well, like I get used to that shit. The other thing being that like the fans hold this nigga in such high regard that like you even saying that you don't like a song where a nigga is screaming Swamp Izzo at you is like, y'all don't get it, y'all don't understand this.
And even,
bro, what
and
are you?
even sometimes the nigga wasn't even saying Swamp Izzo. He just fucking screaming.
So that nigga just screamed on
Like
it.
just
I got
imagine
scared
y'all
in our
watching this
crib.
pod, right? Just imagine y'all watching this pod at the crib and like like it don't matter who talking, you just hear me Swamp
Soho student.
like,
just
bro, and then
screaming.
the
It's
amount of
annoying,
times,
bro.
and I was in the shower, and I just kept saying, see ya. And they were like, the amount of times you say that, you must fuck with the album. No, the nigga just said it so much, I'm like thinking of it in my sleep.
And you know what
'cause he
pissed
said
me
it.
off even more? You know what pissed me off even more? And this is I had to duo this segment, right?
Go ahead, bro.
What pissed me off even more is like icing on the cake. This nigga Ye produced like a decent amount of it.
Oh my god.
He
Mind
did.
you, yes. Mind you, Ye has been.
Now I understand.
Ironically,
why it-
that
yeah.
explains
Now
a
I
lot.
understand.
That
Nigga,
explains a
nigga,
lot.
Ye produced. This nigga Ye came out, bro, and was like, I don't fuck with Kendrick on that one song that I don't like him rapping. You know, Ye produced the fucking song.
They produced that, and that's the best song on the album.
That's the best song on the
Literally.
fucking album.
Literally. Now, actually, I think
There are two.
Yeah, what would you say?
I say my favorite song out there, probably Toxic.
Mama say jumping for sure with
Yeah.
Uzi, and that's like damn near Uzi song. So,
Yeah.
Jump.
I like
Jumping
Crack
is
them hoes
cold
a
too.
fee.
huh?
Crack them hoes a fee.
Charge them hoes a fee.
Oh, charge.
Charge them hoes a
Yeah.
fee.
I think mine is either Backdoor
Yeah, you
or
Backdoor.
like
This nigga JJ been playing
I've been
Backdoor.
spam playing that song.
Backdoor.
Yeah, that
I give it a 4 out of 10.
I get that album. Yeah, like a 5. Like it was cool.
5.
5 out of 10.
5. What do you give it?
Generous.
If the songs that I picked to be in my playlist were just the only songs on the playlist,
On
it would
the
have been
Lord,
a 10.
if that album is 15 songs with just like some of the best cuts on the album, that's a very good album.
Yeah.
It does not need to be 30 and half of that.
Wait, my
shit is songs.
overall went down from 6.8 to like I want to say 5 maybe.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Go in detail about the Ye shit.
Oh,
I'm
I
about
was
to
gonna
say,
say,
speaking of
so
Ye
yeah,
producing,
because Ye's been wild.
So this nigga Ye been wilding, right? And not that we didn't know that Ye been wilding already, right? Ye's been wilding, but it's been to a point, right? It's been to a point. But I would say for the black community, like us as a collective, we have to pivot off this nigga, bro. Say what you need to say, J. William J.
Look me in my eyes. Stop defending Kanye West. Leave him be. Okay? There's nothing you can do at this point.
And
Right?
do you wanna-
And regardless of how tragic his circumstance might be, we are going to talk about when you're vindicated in the shit that you've been saying about him for years, regardless of how tragic his circumstance might be. There's a different level between like producing a song with a nigga and then doing whatever the fuck he does in his spare time and then hopping on social media and being like, yeah, I didn't even fuck with him.
Want to know why you can't defend him? Matt, pull out your phone and read a tweet that he just tweeted.
Oh.
out. It's so bad that
right
Carti, a nigga who doesn't speak English, literally added him and said, "Ye, shut the fuck up." That's how bad this shit is.
Mind you, they just got done working on an album together.
Well, I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah, mind you, they just was working on that.
They've been
this
cool
is
since
this
for a
is. He
minute.
said he was talking about me getting vindicated. This was the tweet, right? And this is what I used to say about Ye. I used to tell people about Ye. The thing about Ye that I always hated, right, is everybody looks at Ye as this normal, crazy person. Well, not even crazy person. This normal person, right, that just be saying nut shit, right? When actually Ye is a mentally ill man, and he's been a mentally ill man for years. We've known of this for years. He's talked about it. And everybody says, well, how did you know? And I used to say the same thing. When Ye lost his mother, right? A lot of people don't know how Ye's mom died. Ye's mom died because he paid for a procedure, a plastic surgery procedure for her when he got famous because she wanted plastic surgery and she ended up dying in the surgery. That is traumatic. That makes you have those thoughts and feelings of being like, bro, like, I caused that. I caused my mom to die. Imagine you got
With
your
the
mama a
fame.
car, right? Not the same exact thing, but imagine you bought your mama a car and then she died in the car. If you
You're
weren't
going to
famous,
lose it.
exactly, it's gonna affect you because if you'll play these things, which it's not his fault. Obviously, it's not his fault, but it's gonna play through your head. Damn, if I didn't buy my mama this car, or damn, if I didn't get rich and buy my mama this surgery, she'd still be here, right? Which got put in a tweet. He ended up saying, sorry to cut you off, but he ended up saying in a tweet, he was like, I thought about killing myself at least once a month ever since my mama was killed in her surgery. I always blame myself. I felt like it never made, I felt like if I never made it, my mom would still be alive, right?
yeah.
I've been saying that for
exactly what that
years.
is.
The issue is, at this point, my nigga, we cannot keep allowing it. And everybody around him, everybody that allowed, even Carti to an extent, right? And that was even the criticism Kendrick got with the whole beef thing, where it's like, Kendrick, you're gonna say all this shit about Drake and who he's collabing with, and then get on a song produced by Ye and fucking with Carti on it. Even them niggas, how are y'all niggas doing music and allowing? Like, how are you in that circle?
Yeah.
How?
But then,
How?
and then the problem is you tell him to shut the fuck up because he goes against you.
Exactly.
When in actuality, he been
He
the
just
problem.
produced your fucking song. You're gonna say shut up. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Everybody's thinking that. Yay, shut up. But my nigga, you don't get on a song with the nigga who's been spewing Nazi propaganda. What are we
At all.
talking
And
about?
then I think really you should talk about the tweets that he just said this morning. bro.
Oh my God! Then this nigga.
have to read it,
bro,
bro.
he went. Yeah, I don't even. Oh, you sent it to me. You sent it to me.
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Bro, the nigga gets on here and he's talking crazy shit about Beyonce, crazy
Man,
shit
like
about
them.
Jerry Lorenzo, crazy shit about
Crazy,
Virgil,
bro.
crazy shit about Cardi. Hold on. He said, this is what he said about Beyonce. Actually, that's not even what he said. What did he say about Beyonce?
For the first one.
He said something about
He said,
kids, bro.
yeah, he said something about her kids. Oh, he said, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? I'm not even gonna say they're R slur. No, like literally, and this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having R-word children is a choice.
Like,
Oh,
What are we
No.
talking about, bro? This is not a person you can
This is
defend
a
or
nigga
platform,
Jay-Z
bro.
that you wouldn't be here without this nigga. Yo, bro, this is the thing, bro. I understand he's his own person. He's a billionaire. Bro, I tackle one of y'all niggas before I let y'all say some nut ass shit about
Yeah.
Like,
Mind you,
what are we talking
this
about?
is a nigga who's been cool since the 2000s. Not only he just had like a recent interview, like not an interview, but y'all remember that clip where he was gonna tell that woman you're gonna get exiled, that shit, like
Yes.
that whole listening party. He literally was like, "Bro, I love Jay-Z, this and that," and you're back and forth. The thing I
He
have,
said something about Beyonce
He
and them
he,
kids,
he does
bro.
that,
bro.
Like, why are
He
you bringing the
does
kids
that.
in that shit, bro?
What?
Every time,
and then he,
bro.
oh no, and then the nigga apologized, right? This was the apology. Wait, no, sorry. No, this was the apology. I need everyone to know that I took the post about Jay-Z and Beyonce's family down and Jerry Lorenzo's family down because there was a possibility of my Twitter being canceled, not because I'm a good person. I took it down like, I don't even want to say this part, but he said I took it down like Down syndrome. Get it? Am I right? Am I right? F the world, real talk, F everybody. Bro,
Like,
we gotta have this conversation. Black community, he's done for it, bro.
He's done for
His
it.
brain is done.
We not streaming his album just to see what he say. We not
Guys,
playing into
I
the
will say,
jokes and shit.
Ever since the Drake Kendrick beef, I found myself not like listening to a lot of Drake music because a lot of the lyrics haven't held as much weight for me. I have not listened to a Kanye West song in a very long time. They're still on my playlist. I skip every fucking time. They're about to come out of my playlist as soon as we get done recording this shit because there's a certain point in time, right? You separate the art from the artist. There's a certain point in time where someone's actions reach a point where it's like, okay, like, y'all can do whatever you want to do. I'm not going to buy into this. And there should be no defense on the internet of this person
and I
at
feel
all.
like everybody, and I feel like a lot of people in the black community blame the Kardashians, right? Which, okay, right. They not in no, and we'll find out. They're in no way, shape, or form like good, right? They're enablers, right? But at the same time,
they're taking the blame away from.
Exactly. We have to also be like, no. This nigga is actually just saying nut shit.
Good.
Please inform us, bro.
God.
What the fuck?
That's like
and mind you, this goes into everything because then he was talking about Virgil. He was like,
exactly.
What are we talking about?
I still don't.
These are people in the fashion industry that you looked at as your brother,
as your brothers,
and
that
then
you
niggas have the audacity to be like, "Oh no, he's just free thinking. He's just
no.
Like,
hey,
what?
That is the greatest lie that some of you people believe in because you like this has been this thing where people have been like coaxed into just saying the dumbest, most uneducated bullshit and saying it's a free thought because some idiot who doesn't want you to know it's bullshit told you it's free thinking. And you disagreeing with people for the sake of disagreeing with people does not make you an intellectual, doesn't mean you're enlightened, doesn't mean you're right. You're just trying to be a contrarian, and in the process, you're hurting yourself, your legacy, and everyone around you who even gave a fuck about you.
Literally.
Stop. That's not free thinking. You're going to fuck yourself up.
And before
Jesus
I even
Christ.
transition, the last point I want to make is, because I always wondered, why do these certain people have cult followings? Why do they accept the behavior and accept the music that they do put out? And I think mainly what it is that powerful feeling, nostalgia, bro. Because it took for that Carti shit to happen. And me and Matt were like, bro, you know what it is? It's like, we tied Carti to a moment, how I said earlier, how we were going through all this shit. And we tied it in with that, and that's why he became so significant. And we excused a lot of shit he did.
I said the same thing about Drake.
Literally. So, like, we're like, going through this, it was like, you know what, bro? Let's let this moment pass and just realize this bitch ass nigga is ass.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Any old head that is in the barbershop cutting hair just because he made Gold Digger, please forget about it, bro.
Yes.
He's done.
We understand it, man. Everyone has their time in the limelight. Y'all could replay this clip in 40 years and be like, well, damn, I remember when they was popping. That does not give someone license because they're reaching the end of their twilight to be defensible regardless.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What they contributed to the world will still be there, yes. But I can view that thing in a different light considering what else you're contributing to the world. Spreading Nazi propaganda, burning bridges with people who don't deserve it, bringing kids into it.
Literally.
The other day, the nigga Ye was posted up with Nick Fuentes.
Again?
Yes.
But we're supposed to just forget about it and just listen to it.
With the new chain, with that new swastika chain he had on.
That should be everything you need to
everything.
know. Let's
get
get
into this shit, bro.
Please.
Go into this
Because
fashion
what the
shit.
fuck,
Get into this
And I'll be honest, bro, this is just worse for me. So, like, I
it's not like you
feel
get no
the
better.
misery. So, I'm going to give the context. One day, I'm chilling, about to go to bed, bro. But, like, I'm cozy talking to my girl. I'm like, you know what? Everything's right. I go on Instagram.
Everything's right.
Nigga, I should have never opened Instagram, bro. I should have never opened shit. The first post, and this never happens to me, 10 seconds ago, nigga, Jonathan Anderson left the big house Lowe.
Let me tell you what happened. It was about 3-4 in the morning. I'm in my room. This nigga Allen is in his room. He up. I just hear a wake up and a rise through my door. Oh my God. Nigga came in my room, opened the door, and like bent down. He was like, this nigga John. Bro, it is 4 a.m. I'm barely lucid, nigga. I'm like, what happened?
Nigga, I'm on the phone. And then I'm in my underwear, beater, bonnet, hat, sleep. And I see the news, I was like, bro, I'm seconds away from waking up. And JJ's not really like tuned into fashion like that. I'm like, I don't care if he's up.
I'm telling you.
Someone has to know. I kicked this door down. I'm like, bro, he just left this house. I'm freaking out. But like, let's give to like the whole significance of it. So this right here is Jonathan Anderson. And Jonathan Anderson was the creative director of a Spanish brand called Loewe. And he was a creative director at that house for 11 years. So Loewe at that time was not a big house. They were falling off. So then he got the opportunity to go there. This man.
So like he's like the face of that shit.
Bro.
Yes, and when it comes to the artistic vision, bro, he made Loewe one of the top houses now.
Beautiful, nigga.
Beautiful.
Every
Yes,
show
bro.
I'm seeing from Loewe is fucking
Amazing, bro, and it's
Every
a
time.
very good house, and he brought it up. And the thing about Loewe was so good is you don't really see a lot of fashion houses make artistic clothes wearable.
You don't?
At all.
You
If
don't.
anything, you see artistic clothes when it comes to couture. But no, he makes it to where it's wearable. Now I'm going to show you the next slide. This is Taylor Russell. Taylor
Damn,
Russell
that's
has,
dope.
yes, Taylor Russell has been in a Star movie, Waves, other films. I know you probably have seen her. This is the Met Gala, and this is kind of like, that was like a hard coat, like, it's like wood.
like wood, yeah,
It's like
it was like
wood, and
wood.
it's painted on.
so
It's
it's
like
like-
glossed over. Yeah, and it has
It's like a
hard coat.
bodysuit, like
Yeah.
halfway up.
Yes.
That's like skin, but it's like wood, so it's a solid piece, and it has
Yeah.
like are those like it's kind of the
like
same
the
thing as my
olive-
tattoo.
yeah, it's
the
like
olive
the
Like an olive
green.
reed
Yeah,
tattoo. This
it's
reminds
in
me of like
red.
some Greek shit that you can even see like
It
on the
does look
bottom
like a
that
Greek,
has that-
like a Greek, like
I was thinking like
yeah.
gladiator shit. Like you have
Literally.
the hard plate and then you
Yes.
have the like little veiled type shit. on the
Exactly,
bottom,
and
like,
it's such a hard fit because it's such a good storytelling for it in a simple way, and I think that's how you do it because that's not too much, but it's beautiful.
Do you know what the material is on the skirt? Because it's like the skirt piece is like a white, like clothy, like
Yeah, it's like white cloth.
kind of like a wedding gown. Looks cool.
She looked great in it, and it was a very good Met Gala look.
I don't get
And I
it.
don't get it, bro. And the thing was, I was like, why leave? The whole thing was like, why leave? You've been there for 11 years. You have no incentive to leave. You just made Loewe one of the biggest houses in the fucking world.
Especially in
You're
our
on a-
generation, like,
Exactly,
that's
bro.
huge.
And you're bringing a lot of celebrities like Omar Apollo, Taylor Russell, star, I don't know if y'all seen the movie Past Lives, but there's a star actor, I forgot her name, that she was in it. She's like an ambassador for that. And it's like everywhere. So why leave? And I'm like, bro, it makes no sense. And even me, I'm like, I love Loewe. I'm like, whatever creative director they try to replace, you're not going to
You're
make
not
it as
gonna
good
be
as
able
him,
to
bro.
do
You're
it.
not, bro.
That's a
You
big
won't have
shoe
his
that you gotta
touch.
fill, bro.
Exactly. And no one will be able to fill those shoes. And now the big question is, where will he go?
Where will he go?
Where will you go?
Where you think he gonna go?
Bro, a lot of people, and I'm gonna throw my phone when I say it.
Okay.
The rumors are because the creative director of Dior left. A lot of the rumors are he's gonna go to Dior.
Good God, don't do that.
Please don't.
Why, bro?
I
Why,
haven't seen
bro?
nothing
Why?
from Dior that
Well, I
like
feel like
makes
Dior's-
like I feel like Dior's so like
I feel like it's just
mainstream,
more.
so
I was gonna say it's more
So mainstream.
commercialized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like here's the thing with Dior. I don't think Dior will give him the.
Like the creative control.
I don't think they'll give him the creative control like he did at Loewe. And I don't think
Monogram
at
brand
all.
shit, they're not gonna let you fuck
at
that
all.
up.
No, they're not going to let you fuck that up because Dior is more mainstream than Loewe. Loewe is more toward the arts people, to more the people who want to actually get into the shit. So that's that. Another breaking news. Holy shit.
Holy shit! When I
Mind
saw
you,
this, I lost.
I was
it.
losing.
I
Mind
lost
you,
it.
context, because I always got to give the story. You gotta step into what I'm shitting in, dog. Bro. The second day after the pod, nigga, I think all hell broke loose.
Dude,
Yeah.
that
Bro,
Wednesday
that
we
Wednesday
filmed it
was
was one of the
insane.
most hectic days news-wise I've
When I
ever
tell you,
seen.
Bro, I was on the phone with these niggas. We was like chopping it up, trying to see like the next moves and like the basically like planning out how we supposed to release this podcast episode or whatever. I hear this nigga out in the back.
Nigga, I'm shitting in the bathroom having the time of my life. I see these news. I saw this news.
We're not about to-
I was. No, I'm having I don't care. I'm having the time of my life. I'm taking the shit. I don't care, nigga. Bro, I start screaming. You would have thought I had ulcers or some shit. Bro, I saw this news. Bro, Donatella Versace
Good God.
left her house.
I was like,
That's insane.
Versace. The Versace.
I was gonna say,
Mind you, this is the Versace.
I think
bro.
we were telling either JJ or I was telling my girl. I'm like, I cannot believe Donatella left Versace. Da 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 da. I'm like, no, you don't get how big this is. Her last name is Versace.
It's Versace,
Yeah.
She the motherfucker that pioneered this shit. It's been like 40 years she's been with them, right?
She was there for 28 years.
28 years.
She's been doing
Yeah.
28 years.
Yeah.
Whole family
That's older
has
than
been a part
everybody
of
on
this.
this podcast.
Exactly. So
Damn.
she leaves. And I'm like, why would
crazy.
you leave your own thing? And I'm thinking, you know what? Not only have a lot of creative directors have been leaving their houses, that's like the biggest like indicator of a recession. So you kind of see that and you're like, okay, I understand. Maybe she's retiring. She is older. That's not the case. I look more into it. I see an article. So what happened is, let me give y'all like the facts. So a holding group, I informed y'all of like holdings with they own different fashion houses.
Yeah.
So
Like LVMH,
so Versace is under a holding named Capri. So essentially, bro, they forced her out. And the reason they forced her out was because Capri has a plan of selling Versace to Prada Group. And the reason they wanted to sell that exactly, and she wasn't down for that because it's like, bro, you're not finna
That's my
sell
shit.
thing.
Yeah,
That's her shit. You're not finna sell that. We're gonna keep it under the holding name because the only reason that she wanted to sell it to the holding was because Versace sales were plummeting. So then sells it to the holding. Nigga, that didn't make a difference. The holding was so messy with trying to promote the brand and trying to help it. And they were leaving her out of a conversation with a whole bunch of shit. It was almost like they were setting it up to fail. Nigga, the sales plummeted even more. So at this point,
After selling it to the holding, they the sales
it even plummeted even more, bro. They couldn't do anything. So they're like, you know what? Let's try to sell it to the Prada Group. And she's not down for that. And so then later on, they're leaving her out of meetings. They're making this go even more shittier. So now they have even more reason to sell it. So then they replace her with a designer. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I'm not going to butcher it. He's an upcoming designer that led design for Miu Miu. Mind you, he has never been a creative director. He's never been in a leadership role. No one even really knows him. This is his first breakout role for real.
nuts.
So they replaced a new designer replaced a
Donatella Versace.
Donatella.
I keep fucking it up.
Donatella.
I'm done because I'm so mad about it. I'm so pissed about it.
So that's
they
my thing is that
replaced
like
her.
if as a holding company or as anything you want to, your goal is to make profit with this and the
Yeah.
sales are plummeting or whatever. How is it the best financial decision to replace Donatella Versace, with an
Versace.
up and coming someone who hasn't proved themselves in that role at all?
At all.
That sounds
Makes no sense.
random as fuck.
And the only reason why they replaced him because they know the Prada sale will go smooth.
That's crazy.
Really?
Yes.
You think that he's gonna like do good in that
Prada,
role?
Well, no, Prada.
Oh, the
and
Prada
Miu Miu-
sale to
yeah,
Prada.
Prada and Miu Miu. They're like they're
Miu Miu was under Prada Group.
Yeah, it's under.
So that's why it will go smooth.
So it's pretty
like
much like
that.
a fucking
Yeah.
merger.
Yeah, they would say, oh, it
So
worked.
yeah,
That's
bro,
the thing.
that's
Wow.
very like disheartening. Like
So,
crazy.
but though, Versace could look very like
could look
unpopular
very
opinion,
different.
but Versace's some ass. So like,
It's some bullshit.
It's some
Yeah,
bullshit.
it's some bullshit.
So it could have a completely different look. That
It can.
look good though. You know, what I mean?
I'm excited to
Yeah,
see
I'm
what
excited to see it on
happens.
some shit.
Holy shit! I thought that
I
was
almost
Eminem.
like walked off because I just saw the devil himself.
Fucking.
So same
Here he
day,
is.
same
Same
fucking
day.
day,
This is what I
same
heard you
day,
screaming about.
Nigga.
same day, same scene.
What?
Bro. I've expressed on this podcast multiple times my unseething hatred for Denma, but nevertheless, I get news that Denma left Balenciaga and went to Gucci, bro.
Niggas finna be rocking G shirts.
Gucci, bro.
Explain who
Just like-
Denma is.
Bro, yeah. Explain
So-
who them is.
Before I even explain that, I'm going to give context to people who aren't in fashion. In NBA, no, not in NBA terms. In baseball terms, this is Shohei Ohtani leaving the Dodgers and going to a hot dog stand on Van Buren. That's the context of that. In basketball terms, this is like
Hot dog stand. on Van
like
Buren.
literally. But no, go into this, bro. Denma Denma is the creative director of Balenciaga.
Cause that's crazy. Just think about it, nigga. We have the my creator himself just serving hot dogs and shit.
That's what it is, bro.
That's crazy.
Denma is the creative director of Balenciaga. It's been the creative director of Balenciaga for a long ass time. And he kind of like made Balenciaga popping again, I guess you could say. And he left them and went to
I
Gucci.
hate giving them a credit. I really do.
I hate it. So the
I
thing
can
that,
never respect that nigga after I walked in that store and seen that eBay Balenciaga tee for $900.
$900 shirt. That
What
bitch
are
said
we talking
eBay on
about?
it, Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
That was it.
900?
That was it.
And it was forcefully crumpled up. Like it wasn't like
So the
it needed
eBay
to
so
be
they-
iron. No, it was actually
was
just
crumpled up.
fucking.
They made it wrinkly as the design
Yeah.
and put eBay on that shit. That should be copyright infringement.
Completely.
You're
with
bullshit.
a black Balenciaga like like name under it. That bitch was $9.95.
900, bro.
And we saw it. And the thing that made
Slapped
me
the nigga
Right.
in the sack.
and the
You there
thing,
trying to sell this bullshit.
Take it down.
Take it all. You got hoodies. Take it all.
and the thing that was so frustrating is because I know he's gonna go there and Gucci's gonna be popping again. And I don't want that at all. But the thing with it is, and it's like, people will be like, isn't that a good thing? He's gonna make Gucci popping for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
The reason he just gave of him being at Balenciaga and putting a shirt that's bullshit that has eBay on it and you charge $900. What do you think you're gonna do at Gucci? Gucci, a brand who has put blackface, who has stole multiple
Yes,
designs
I was
from
just
black
about to bring that up. We
designers.
talked about that.
He's about
Talking
to
about that.
bullshit.
Who's about to
at Gucci.
bullshit.
And he's gonna have no like reins. Even the shit that happened, which I know you're gonna get into it, but even the shit that happened at Balenciaga, they allowed him to like do that shit, but he still got a lot of flack for it. At Gucci, nigga, they're allowing that shit.
I'm gonna get right into it. Like, the thing is, what's so fucked up and it's so shallow is because everyone in the world knows what happened with Balenciaga 2 years ago when they had the child exploitation whole brand shoot. They had like the dominatrix shit on children.
Yeah.
Crazy bears.
Oh yeah, that picture that you showed me.
They did a promotion and it was like dominatrix, like bears with a bunch of children around. There were wine cups,
all
and
types
shit.
of weird. It was all types of
bullshit,
weird
like,
shit.
Very horribly weird shit around like these children.
And mind
Y'all
you,
concerned about sexy red. Go ahead.
Yeah.
mind you, with this brand shoot, it's
I was gonna
approved.
say some shit, man.
It's approved by Denma. Denma knew exactly what he was doing. He's the fucking creative director of the brand. Of course he knows. So it's out. He gets fired for it. He apologizes, everything. So you're telling me years later it's acceptable for this house, Gucci, who has not only been under
They've
fire for
already been
stealing,
under it.
for having racist shit with the blackface, stealing designs from black designers, Dapper Dan. And it's crazy. You have all that, and you're like, you know what? Let's double down. It's like they were in the. It's like they were in the fucking meeting room. They were like, pedophilia, racism, cinema. Like it's like on some dumb shit. Let's put it together.
Gang.
What
And
are
it's
we
like,
doing?
It's so shallow because they can. The thing with Gucci, right? The main person. Guess who I thought about when it came? Because when I found out the creative director of Gucci left early February, guess who came to mind? I was like, you know who can make this brand actually better? And if the brand wants to make an actual positive change, especially when it comes to the racist shit they did, Martine Rose.
Yes.
That's someone
Yes.
who is perfect
Yes.
for that, bro.
Bro, they keep snubbing her out of these
Every
fucking
time,
ones.
every
Black
single
woman.
time.
Black
oh,
woman.
black woman.
Crazy.
Of course you don't put that in.
Yeah, you keep snubbing her.
But like, and it's so funny.
But we got
and
Denmo over here.
But we got Denmo over here that's about to make these bullshit trends and about to just bullshit,
And
make
who's
it pop.
his biggest cheerleader, Alan.
Bro,
Fucking Christ.
Kim Kardashian. And before I get into Kim Kardashian, the last point I want to make with this is it's so funny how these houses will exploit everything they can. And Kim, ooh, I'm gonna tie it good with you. The thing is, right?
Get busy.
They'll have Gucci will have black models front the whole show.
All white design
All
team.
white design team, and then put him on there.
And then put them on it.
But you'll exploit like black culture and
yeah,
all
but
this
look,
and
black
that.
people wearing the
but
clothes.
you
Yeah.
but you won't give a black creative director a chance or even put a black design on the team.
Insane.
But
Not even a
that's
black
the-
designer on the team is outrageous.
It's
Look at
outrageous,
that team of
bro.
people. An expansive team of people.
But funny enough, right? The day we did that segment, we Dapper Dan. Then what came out 2 days later? That fucking podcast episode they did with Dapper Dan.
With
and
Dapper
Gucci
Dan
Mane.
and stuff like that.
Y'all will do all of that shit, but you have no black design.
Do anything besides giving him the keys.
And you
Stop
took
it.
and you took the design of him.
Stop.
The same person that you were trying to take
Let me steal
down.
your shit and give you a podcast episode, nigga. That
Exactly.
sounds
That's
crazy as
crazy.
fuck.
Now, bro, going back to the modern day devil of Hollywood, Kim Kardashian. So, going into Kim Kardashian, as you see, Balenciaga, as I've explicitly said, fucking bullshit. This is
Wait,
Kim.
that's the shirt?
This is a shirt. Mind
It's
you,
just pictures of Kim
Mind you,
Kardashian on
these
an
are
oversized
pictures-
shirt
have
with
you
fucking
seen- have y'all
Times New
seen-
Roman
Literally.
Kim on the front.
I
Have
can
y'all
make
seen
that
those
shit on
vintage-
fucking Printful.
I think I can make this shit on Canva. Have you seen the pictures of like those vintage tees of like Tupac and
Yeah, that's what they try to do.
This is what this is, and mind you, Balenciaga put it out, and this is let me see, $825.
$1,000 tee.
Look up this fucking shirt if you're listening.
$1,000 tee. Kim Kardashian.
Basically
tee, look it up.
$1,000 tee. Yeah, that's what's out.
Yeah, you're bullshit.
Bitch,
That's
like they
what
made that bitch
she's
on
not
Pixar.
only. That's not what she
Right.
only publicly promoted, but that's what Denma. That was like his final thank you gift. That's what this bullshit artist put out before he left.
That gives you a look into what the fuck this nigga's gonna do to Gucci.
I completely understand the eBay shirt in context now.
Yeah.
And
because this is just
they dropped a $900 towel when he was there. Yes.
And going into
I
it,
swear
bro.
to God, I swear to God,
he's not lying.
It's a great Target towel that's $900. Balenciaga. Yes.
What? Because Denma breathed on it.
Bro, and then going into that, before I even finish it, it's crazy because if y'all didn't know that holding group, it's called Kering. They own, they hold Balenciaga. And, no, not Balenciaga, sorry. They own Balenciaga and Gucci. And Gucci makes 2/3 of these niggas' sales. In Q4, they dropped 24%. So they're like, yo, we need to find someone.
So they just threw them.
They just threw them.
Right.
So it shows how shallow all these houses are. Yeah. But going into Kim had a Perfect Magazine photo shoot. And as you see in the photo shoot, you see a robot and you see a fucking ugly boulder of a car that we could call a Cybertruck.
Good God.
This photo shoot gets worse and worse in context throughout the rest of this
yeah.
episode.
It really does.
It comes out, end up finding it that she did this whole photo shoot in her crib in Malibu. I'm like, what the fuck? She tweets out the whole kind of like promo of like, yo, this is the Perfect Magazine. Go to this to see the full shoot. Elon Musk responds with a robot arm and a heart because she basically promoted the Elon, like the Tesla robot.
Cybertruck.
In the middle of Tesla stock fucking plummeting. Right after Trump did the commercial.
All of that shit.
In the political climate we're in.
Oh my God.
Do you think that's smart to put this in there?
And devil's advocate, a lot of people could be like, okay, what if she just got paid to do it? What did you show me like last night or like 2 nights ago or some shit?
Mind you, people thinking that this dropped because she's getting a lot of shit for this. Like it's not a half baked response. It's a lot of shit. This dropped 4 days ago, and when you would expect like someone to drop something and it gets a lot of shit, they would delete it because like, bro, your publicist is gonna be like, yo, this gotta go.
Yeah.
This is what I find out last night when I'm doing research. I'm looking at the Instagram, like the whole Perfect Magazine Instagram, because they put out those bullshit pictures. I'm like, this shoot is even ass anyway. And I'm looking at it, and I go further down, and I see 16 weeks ago, if you see, there's this picture of like a robot in the bed, and it's in like Malibu, and like the scene is like in front of the water. And I'm like, this looks like the exact same background from the photo shoot. So then I look deep into it, and then I peep on the caption. This shit says shot in 2024.
So she been did this shit.
So they've been holding on to this. Yeah. This was shot in 2024. And then they gave an exact date on the first picture. And it was with Kim kind of like kissing the robot. And it says in Malibu, November 2024. This was before Elon was in the government.
Wait.
This was before any of this.
So
Yes.
This is right after they won the election.
So
Right
you
before
mean to
that.
tell me they dropping this shit for like clicks and views and
Bro, they've been
bro.
they've been holding on to this, bro.
And
wow.
in the midst of everything that's happening,
In the midst of
she
what?
gonna drop
She gonna
this
do it
now.
Mind
Now,
you, Kim
bro.
is supposed to be, let's reform criminal justice, let's get people out of jail, XYZ. You don't see the rampant rights violations that are taking place with this motherfucker.
With this,
Mind
bro.
you, your ex-husband has been like wigging with him and then I thought, you didn't fuck with that whole situation.
Thought you didn't fuck with it. I thought you didn't support that. I thought the Kardashian family was the holy family of Hollywood. And here's the problem I have with Kim. They will find any narrative to dominate, even if it's horrible for
if
the
it's
masses.
terrible,
bro, you can go back to Balenciaga.
I was
with the
gonna
whole
say, go back
child,
to Balenciaga.
The whole child exploitation
Nigga, they got
shit,
like
right?
15,000 kids in that family.
Bro,
nigga.
the whole child exploitation shit that Balenciaga and Denma did with the dominatrix shit with the children. That dropped around 2022. She became brand ambassador around that time of Balenciaga. So then that whole thing happened. She takes like, I'm gonna take like a break. She's like, put an announcement. She's like, I'm gonna take a break from this, and then it kind of transitioned to like, oh well, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah, then was at the Balenci show with fucking Sexy Red.
Then 2 years later, she becomes the official brand ambassador of the brand. She just waited out because
She waited out the
she waited out,
storm.
and she went to the show, and now she's promoting it. And she has her own fucking shirt on the brand.
She has children.
She has children. And mind you, she put Balenciaga on her children.
Yeah.
After that whole thing happened.
Yes.
These
Nut-ass
people will put themselves in any trendy news, even though it could be the downfall of anything. They don't give a fuck, bro. They
As long as they're in the
they
news.
need their name in that news so bad.
Yep.
You know the shit Elon has been saying, bro. This nigga has he saluted at the conference. He sent shit.
Yep.
He had that Nazi
He had the Nazi
meeting
salute.
with
He had that tweet where he's making Nazi jokes. He called into the far right German rally. He was like, y'all got to forget about what the Nazis did in the 40s. Like,
Literally,
that
bro.
is not a normal person that you just don't like. And it's like, maybe I will associate with him a little bit. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Especially if
wanna
we're
be
to
in
believe
that.
that you stand for anything that you pretend
Talk
to.
about.
You don't, but you'll be in that headlines because
Yeah.
you'll do anything to get that clout.
Yeah,
and be
even
in
if
there.
it is in the middle of the downfall of like the fucking country. Thank you for watching this long. If you haven't already, fucking subscribe. What is you doing?
What is you doing?
What is you doing? You think we just sitting here doing this shit for nothing?
You think you're gonna just sit here and not do
Need
shit?
to
Like
eat.
and share this shit.
Click that fuck. I know you're not subscribed. Click it. Christ above. Y'all don't even know what the
Christ
fuck's been going
I
on.
need
nigga.
to hear this.
I know you got to give us the
Give us
rundown.
For the
Lord,
people
okay.
that are
Give us the
at the
rundown.
crib,
For the people
you
at
need
home.
to lock the fuck in.
Yes, lock in. I'm
Lock
going to
in.
try to not speed through this, but I'm also going to try not to keep you here for a long time. Just pay attention. Because there's shit that's happening that none of y'all even know what's happening. And I've been holding on to this and I'm getting upset about it. So we see what Trump and Elon have been doing, right? People talk this shit to death or whatever. Trump, Elon, all this bullshit, right? There's something very pertinent that has happened as of like a couple days ago that also happened like a few days ago too, that is kind of exacerbating the rate at which this shit is like going down, makes it all the more important reason why you should not be associating with people like Elon Musk who are at the forefront of this green lighting. So when looking for what I was going to talk about today, I was like, all right, cool. Let's see what other shit's going on, because there's always some shit happening with Trump. There's the deportation shit happening, the updates on the cases or whatever when it comes to people like Mahmoud and everything. But something stuck out to me because I opened my phone and I see the Trump administration is and segregation is like in the title. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
What
Trump
do you mean,
administration,
segregation?
right?
Nuts.
Before I get to that, right? I'm going to start off by saying
That shouldn't even be.
the Trump administration currently has no problem with like segregation. You're gonna think that's wicked, right? Until I read this. Let's bring this back. A couple days ago, right? The Trump administration announced that the Department of Education is currently investigating over 50 universities in this country for anti-white discrimination practices, right?
What the fuck is
Yes.
that?
Wait, I'm
What is
sorry.
anti?
Repeat that, please.
Yes.
Sorry.
The Department of Education, the same one that they're trying to shut down, is currently trying to sue and investigate 50 universities, over 50 universities, for anti-white discrimination and DEI practices, right? This is according to an article in the AP by Colin Binkley. So they were being investigated. These colleges are being investigated for alleged racial discrimination as a part of President Trump's campaign to end DEI. They say that these programs, the DEI programs, diversity, equity, and inclusion, excludes white and Asian American students, right?
Did they say what universities they're investigating?
They're investigating hell of them. I'll get into the reason why. But like a bunch of like the most major universities and everything. And it gets so fucking annoying. So they issued a memo a month ago warning America's schools and colleges that they would lose federal money over race-based preferences in admissions, scholarships, or any aspect of student life.
Any aspect of what the
Any-
fuck
what
does
does
that
that
mean?
mean?
What do you mean
fuck?
racial preference in any aspect? If you had like a Hispanic heritage celebration on campus, is that
Yeah, is that
DEI?
DEI?
You're going to have to investigate.
Black History Month?
I'm going to tell you right now, every college in this country is guilty of doing some shit like that. So
Guilty is crazy, mind you.
is guilty
Yeah.
Guilty
of
of
trying to celebrate the fact that other humans besides straight white men
people
exist.
Exactly.
Jesus
And then you think of the
Christ.
significance about it, bro. Your school, the Ebony Ball. Think about how many people
We
it
had an
brings
ebony
together.
ball at the college that I attended or whatever. They do it at the end of every Black History Month. It's just an excuse. Everyone comes to it. This is not a black only event.
It's not.
Everyone comes to it. Black, white, Hispanic, everyone shows up. They get to dress up nice. They dance to music and everything right. But according to any fucking aspect of student life, if you're promoting it as an Ebony Ball Black History Month celebration thing, theoretically you should be able to investigate that for violating DEI and they should lose federal funding over that, right? A ball that anyone can attend. This is something that continues throughout this entire fucking thing, right? Most of the new inquiries are focused on colleges' partnerships with the PhD Project. The PhD Project is a nonprofit that helps students from underrepresented groups get degrees in business with the goal of diversifying the business world, right? So department officials in Trump administration said that the group limits eligibility based on race and that colleges that partner with it are engaging in race exclusionary practices in their graduate programs.
When are we,
When
are we gonna
wait?
say what it is?
Yes.
my
What
it
nigga?
is, bro.
They don't want niggas or like brown.
Let's
like,
think about
come on,
let's
bro.
think about what the
It's
fuck
right
that
there.
means, right? The implications of what that means. You're saying any college that partners with this organization because they exclude based on racial preference is engaging in DEI, racial exclusionary. There is nothing about a PhD program at any one of these universities that says that white people will be excluded. If a minority student has to go to this nonprofit for help in getting resources, that does not mean that white student over here doesn't get a PhD now. That has no impact on what you're doing over here. You could go through your program the normal way. It just so happens that it's more likely that a minority student won't have as much resources and external support, so they can't reach out to their homie who was a legacy admission at this university already. They can't reach out to their parents to give them the bread for that or whatever.
So dumb, bro. And
like they be acting like they.
You know what it is, bro? It's like, and like the people who would defend it have such a simple way of thinking, and this is such a nuanced thing.
And they like it's
Black people.
But you don't even
Like,
think about it, right? Think about you having like an ebony ball, right? And then you have little Jimmy. And Jimmy comes to that. And it's like he gets to see a perspective that he could, one, he never understood, and two, he never saw. Think about how progressive that is. And now you want to take that away.
And now, and
What is that?
the shit gets crazier, right? Because, so mind you, there is nothing about a college deciding to partner with that nonprofit that excludes white people from getting that same degree. They just wouldn't utilize that nonprofit when they're getting their PhD, right? So, the education secretary, Linda McMahon, said in a statement about this whole situation. She says students must be assessed according to merit and accomplishment and not prejudged by the color of their skin.
Okay, West Point.
Okay, West Point. We will not yield on this commitment. Would you believe that they fucking yielded immediately?
what?
happened?
What I mean by that is not that they saw reason and was like, yeah, we're going to drop these lawsuits. No, what happened was the segregation thing. Article, I seen a report when I opened Instagram the other day saying that segregated facilities are no longer explicitly prohibited in the federal government or with federal contractors, meaning when the government wants to work, say the government wants to build a bridge, they could either raise government funds or whatever or appropriate some of that to build the bridge themselves, or they can get a private company, sign a contract with the government and have them build it, right? For the government and for private contractors, segregation facilities were it said that they were no longer explicitly prohibited. So I'm like, what the fuck do you mean?
What is
Are
that
we going
mean?
back to segregation, right? Before I get into it, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, passed by Lyndon B. Johnson, which is that motherfucker that people been bringing up in the comments. They're like, oh, they like LBJ. Yeah, I like the Civil Rights Act. He passed that, and that still means that like on a state and national level, you can't do like segregation. It's still outlawed, right? But it does say something though, that these statutes on the books for the federal government for how they do contracts with like private companies are no longer explicitly saying that you can't do that. So that could mean like, oh, someone could start some shit and it could be like a legal gray area. The fact that we're even taking away that defense
It's
is a lot.
insane.
That shit is
Right?
ridiculous, bro.
Right? The federal government no longer explicitly prohibits contracts from having segregated restaurants, waiting rooms, and drinking fountains. A public memo issued by the General Services Administration last month affecting all civil federal agencies. The memo explains that it's making these changes and they're prompted by President Trump's executive order on diversity, equity, and inclusion.
So that's a direct correlation between Trump and these fucking.
Yes. Yep.
That's nuts.
Now let me cook.
For any dumbass, I was
Yeah.
going to say, well, Trump didn't really.
Yep. So the clause that got removed, right? It's clause 52.222-21, right? of the FAR, which is the Federal Acquisition Regulation, basically the thing that like has them build all the contracts out when they're about to give it to like a private entity or whatever. It says the prohibition of segregated facilities. It says the contractor agrees that it does not and will not maintain or provide for its employees any segregated facilities at any of its establishments, and that it does not and will not permit its employees to perform their services at any location under its control where segregated facilities are maintained. That was the clause that for some reason has just been miraculously removed because of anti-DEI. An anonymous federal worker, they were anonymous. They wanted to speak to the press on because they were scared of being fired for like saying it, right? She's also the former CEO of the WWE.
Yeah, she is.
That's fucking insane. Oh my God, what are we doing with our government? Okay. An anonymous federal worker, they came out and talked to the press because they're like, I don't want to be like identified because they might fire me, which is fucking insane. They said the process used to institute a change like this is without a typical public notice of at least 40 to 90 days is usually reserved for national emergencies. Meaning, even if you did have a problem with this statute and you wanted to take it out, you don't just announce we're doing it on a memo on one day.
Because
you have to
fucking process.
because they said you're supposed to allow agencies, the ones that you're supposed to like, that are making these changes, to comment on this. You're supposed to allow the contracting officers to comment on it and to think through the implications before you do some shit like that, unless it's a national emergency, which means this administration, despite the fact that the Civil Rights Act exists, is saying that this change is akin to like something in a national emergency because diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Emergency.
It gets
These niggas hate us,
No,
bro.
like, bro,
Yep.
they
It really,
hate us,
it
bro,
really
and
put
they're
it in
trying to put
perspective.
out, bro.
now, think about what I just told you. How is an administration that is saying that we need to be equal, we need to get rid of this anti-white discrimination on college campuses and everything, also okaying and removing statutes that prohibit racial discrimination? What I mean when I ask that question is that these college programs do not hurt white people. Despite what fucking people will tell you, the fact that a nonprofit can help a brown person get a PhD does not mean that a white person has less avenues to getting a PhD.
Right.
They don't have to utilize that avenue, right? These things do not hurt. The existence of these programs do not hurt white people. But they make it and they say, oh, because that is something that is helping minorities out, that's exclusionary to white people, and therefore that's wrong, right? Anti-white discrimination. So how in the fuck is a clause that prohibits segregation being taken off the books not doing exactly that? Because if that is followed to its logical extent, that means that there could be an all-black space somewhere that says, we're not going to hire you because you're white, because segregation, right?
Right.
How do we allow for that in the same language that we're saying that these programs need to be deleted because they're exclusionary to white people? Segregation is also exclusionary to white people. The problem is segregation doesn't harm white people because they have those resources. We are reorienting our focus from civil rights to like being so anti-white discrimination that if you as a minority have a program that benefits you, that's illegal because it doesn't allow white people. But if we allow this segregation to happen and we segregate ourselves from you, yeah, you know, that's cool.
That's nuts.
That's insane,
nuts.
bro.
You gotta think. I'm trying to like break it down in the like most easy to understand way for all the dumb fucks in our comments, right? Imagine you're going on this tour, right? And you got two lanes. You got your left lane. You got your right lane, right? The white guy walks down the left lane, straight shot to the fucking cafeteria or some shit. It's a field trip, right? The right nigga, right? He got to walk through a forest. So they get that nigga a tour guide. They're like, yeah, take a tour guide, walk you through the forest. That's like the white nigga turning around and be like, I don't got a tour guide. So no, you shouldn't get a tour guide. But I'm gonna still walk this way. You can't come on my lane though. Nigga, what are you talking about?
What are you talking
We're going the same
Yeah,
place.
the fact that you have a tour guide is exclusionary.
Yeah.
But you can't come over here.
But you can't come over here. You still get the straight shot to the shit. I gotta still walk through the forest. I don't deserve a tour guide though because
we
what
can
are we talking
exclude
about?
you because if segregation things that are explicitly prohibiting that is taken off the books, then white people retreat to their in-group with their resources. With
Exactly.
their money.
Why they're the majority? You're the fucking majority.
That's
But
a perfect analogy.
if DEI programs or whatever,
that shit was
yes,
perfect as
but
fuck.
if DEI programs are removed on college campuses, we still retreat with our money and everything. You just don't get the help now. So now we have literally taken the language that brought black people rights, that brought women rights, that brought everything, and we're flipping it to protect white people.
Yeah.
And they won't
The most
even, like,
economically privileged and advantaged group in this country.
Yeah.
and
that's not a fucking debate. I'm sorry.
It's like
that's
in your
not
face,
a
bro. The
fucking
narratives
debate.
they're painting, it's like they don't even want us to celebrate our heritage.
It's nuts. It's nuts.
Yeah.
In
Nigga, they don't even
colleges.
want us to fucking gather in a black collegiate group or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
at all. Jesus.
And
That's
that's
insane.
like that brings them. I remember going to your school and having those black events and seeing how like it brought everyone together.
Mind you, there wasn't just black people.
It wasn't
at
just
those
black
fucking
people. It just
events.
wasn't.
Yes.
It was
Because
not.
it wasn't like, what are we talking about? There wasn't just black
It
people.
brought
at those
everybody,
events.
bro. And it like, bro, it brought everyone, and everyone could understand like, yo, this is like cool, and it made them want to be a part of it even more, bro.
Yeah.
All this is gonna do is bring more division.
So if we keep stripping shit away like this, what they're now saying is that ebony ball could very well be black only. The only problem is that Ebony Ball would not be black only because the University of Illinois system is not ran by black people.
Exactly.
That means that those universities would get to turn into just white universities.
Only, yeah.
Which means that you're discriminating based off the color of your skin.
You say using Mayo Ball. Mayo Ball.
Mayo ball.
It turns to the Mayo Ball, and apparently that discrimination is now okay in the same breath as having, like, yeah, the DEI programs, whatever, those aren't okay because they're racially exclusionary. I thought we were principled.
Correct.
I thought it was done. The racism thing is done. Then why the fuck would is segregation not a disadvantage to white people? You're implicitly suggesting that, which means you're saying the quiet part out loud. No. Okay, we understand it, right? That's exactly why we do not kowtow to these people. We do not bend to these people. We do not bullshit around with these people. And why we're going to get into the doom of the day right off that point is because that's exactly what the fuck just happened this past week.
Chuck, we're looking at you.
We're looking dead at you, Chuck.
Dead at you, Chuck.
I seen you cancel that book tour, Chuck. I don't know why the fuck you had it lined up in the first place after the vote you just fucking
nut
took.
ass nigga.
Let's get
into the doom of the day, man.
To the doom of the day.
Nut ass nigga.
This is some nut ass shit. I should explain. It's the doom of the Dems, real shit.
Doom
and
of the
Dems.
Dems.
It's Chuck fucking Schumer.
Let us know who Chuck fucking Schumer is.
So what happened, right? And there's a lot of jargon and everything that I have to get out the way, right? Mm-hmm. But before we get to that, let's start. So this past week, there was a big vote that happened or whatever, and everyone was making like a big deal about it or whatever. There was a big vote that happened in Washington. Everyone was losing their minds. After that vote happens, I look on the TV. I'm looking on, not even on the TV because I'm not fucking old. But I look on my phone, my cellular device, and I'm seeing everyone posting about it, and they're like, oh my God, what's happening with the Democrats? An NBC News poll came out, and it said that 27% of registered voters said that they view the Democratic Party favorably. These are people who are like Democratic.
27.
27%.
Good God.
Said that they view it favorably. For context, that is the lowest favor rating. That's the lowest favorability rating for the Democratic Party in NBC polls history going back to 1990.
And so before I was born type shit.
Cool little 40 ball. What? 30 ball?
30 ball. 30, yeah, cool 30
ball.
years. Another poll, because people were like, all right, it's a poll, but people going to be angry. Another one dropped, released by CNN, similarly found that 29% of voters view the Democrats in a positive light. That's the lowest.
Little increase.
That's the lowest point in CNN's pollings in 1992.
That's actually some nut
Whoa.
shit.
That's insane.
When we really think about it, that's some nut ass shit, bro. Because you got to think about it. If 29% view the Democratic Party as
favorable,
favorable, that means another what?
It was
69%.
There was like I believe it was like
71% of people, not fully 71% of people, but like a cool probably 60.
I believe the actual number was like I believe the actual number.
No,
I believe the actual number because they would do like favorability and disfavorable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I believe the actual number was like 57%.
That's
whatever. There are people who didn't give an answer, but 57% of them were like, yeah, we're not fucking with the Democrats, right? Mind you, the Democrats aren't in power right now. So what the fuck is going on?
Why are you even shitting on?
The shit that happened in Congress is exactly what's going on. Before I get into why no one fucks with the Democrats right now, let's get some terms out the way, right?
Terms, yeah, let's go.
So there was a thing called a CR, which is called a continuing resolution. A continuing resolution is a temporary spending bill that allows the federal government operations to continue when the president and the Congress have not agreed on a budget for the next year.
Okay.
They have to set the budget. If they don't agree on that by October, then they need to pass a CR, a continuing resolution, which is basically just supposed to continue whatever funding we had last year into the next year. We still can't get an agreement.
Right.
So they're like, all right, cool. As a last minute thing, so we're not fucking out of money, let's just continue what we had last year, right? So what ended up happening, right, is the Republicans created, because there was no negotiation met, and I believe they passed the last continuing resolution. I believe Biden was president. They didn't have like an agreement. So it expires like now. So the conversation came up again, right? The Republicans, because they have control of the House or whatever, they drafted up their CR, their continuing resolution, to continue the government funding. But there was a very key fucking problem with it, right? So Senator Pat Murray, who is the top Democratic Party like appropriator, meaning she the person who basically like is the Democratic representative when they're trying to hammer out what this continuing resolution will look like, what the money is going to look like for the next year and everything. She's like the top person for the Democrats. She was engaged in bipartisan talks, meaning she's talking with the Republicans to like try to figure out what's going to happen. Then they leave the fucking negotiation, They just dip, right? She says, she says, in my time in Congress, meaning she's older. I don't know exactly when she was elected, but she's older. Says, in my time in Congress, never, ever has one party written a partisan full year appropriations bill for all of the government and expected the party to go along with it without any input. They basically just said, we're not talking to you niggas. We're not going to negotiate with you niggas. Mind you.
They just kicked
What?
Mind you, there is a slim, I believe like a 4 or 5 seat majority for the Republicans in the House, right? And the House is the more active like chamber of government.
Yeah,
Their elections are every 2 years. That means that you have to constantly be raising money to win your elections, which means you have to constantly be on the ground talking to the people that voted for you. So they're the ones on the direct line, hearing from their representatives, hearing from like their people all the time. The Republicans barely have a majority in that House.
Yeah, it's only 4.
So what the fuck gives you the mandate to make the entire budget yourself and not talk to the niggas that you share 50% of the government with?
That's not
Right?
That should not be a thing.
Oh, well, right. So that happens, right? They dip out. They're like, okay, the Democrats are not getting any insight onto what the fuck's going on, right? So the bill that everyone is freaking out about, which is why the party has like fractured and why people don't fuck with them anymore, because this bill, it's supposed to just be continuing what they had last year, right? The only problem being that they didn't fucking do that in the bill. It says the House Republican bill fails to include typical detailed spending directives, basic guardrails that Congress provides every year in the funding bill. Meaning if they wanted to allocate like $1 billion to build something or whatever, they have to have it in there like, all right, so this agency will direct this $1 billion to do this or whatever, and XYZ, spell out the parameters that way. Now it just like gives the executive or like I guess the Republicans just kind of like leeway.
That's like
That's terrifying.
and that's
bro.
something
What are
that's
we
in
talking
every
about?
fucking CR. It has specific parameters for how you're supposed to use that money. And this one, it was omitted. They left it out.
They left it out.
And these niggas are dead just walking and doing. Like, it's not like they're doing it in secret. They're doing it
No,
in
they're
front
doing
of
it in your
you.
face. They literally
They're
like, yo.
genuinely in front of you, like, no. Y'all don't run shit in here no more. It's us.
They told
Yep.
this woman, they were like, yo, you have no input. You're done.
Yep. So because they did that, they also are calling for like things like cuts to Social Security. I believe they're reducing overall spending by about like $13 billion or whatever in the government funding that's supposed to apply for like the next year. Again, not what a CR is supposed to be. It's basically just the Republican budget plan, because what you're supposed to do is just continue what the fuck we already had. So they're calling for cuts to stuff like Social Security and everything. They only increased funding for Social Security in one aspect, and it was to go after fraud and abuse, which is what Doge has been saying that they're going to try to do. So they didn't
So
give,
they basically gave that nigga more money to do
there are
dumb
Social
shit,
Security
right.
branches that are closing right now. They're already underfunded, understaffed, and everything. There are people trying to get their benefits that can't fucking do it, and they did not do anything to shore up funding for them besides be like, yeah, y'all gotta have some bread to go after fraud and abuse, which means basically cutting more stuff from that department. Cool. It doesn't provide a dime to customer service, reducing how long it'll take or whatever. And I think it's like 40% of people who are calling on the phone or whatever to get to Social Security are getting through. Mind you, these are seniors.
Yeah.
They're old people
They're just sitting on the fucking phone for
trying to
hours.
get on the
That's-
phone because they don't even have the
Because
capacity.
they can't fucking eat and some shit. These niggas are evil, bro.
Cruel.
These
Evil
niggas
as
are
fuck.
fucking evil, bro.
The continuing resolution also has a $700 million cut, like shortfall, in the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And basically what that means is that up to 32,000 fewer families will get like help when it comes to housing. When it comes to subsidy programs for housing, all that shit or whatever, they put that in there too. It cuts randomly, and they're about to like try to fix this because they said, oh, we need to do a budget fix. It randomly cuts $1.1 billion from Washington, D.C.'s budget.
Why?
That doesn't even save the government money because the federal government does not dictate how much budget Washington, D.C. has.
Right.
Washington, D.C.'s entire budget for 2023 was $18.7 billion. They just randomly, in the middle of the year,
So
proposed a
let's just take a
$1.1
bill.
billion cut.
Let's just take
No
a bill.
reason?
No, there has been no
the
reason
reason
provided.
is these niggas want tax.
The reason, at least in my opinion, the DC is also like 95% Democrat and has a lot of
So,
black
like,
people
kinda
in it
puts it
too.
down.
So it's kind of like in my mind, it feels like a symbolic
fuck you.
gesture.
Yeah.
We really about this shit. We gonna cut. You can't even
Come
do
on,
that.
you know what?
The government is playing petty games.
bullshitting.
nuts.
And then they came back and they were like, "Oh, well, we gotta fix that. There was a mistake in the bill."
Oh,
they said there was a mistake in the bill.
$1 billion fucking mistake.
You cut $1 billion from DC by mistake.
Nigga, put $1 billion in my account.
By mistake.
By mistake.
Mistakes. Nigga.
Yeah. So, and even if that is the case, then you shouldn't be running the government. Then what the fuck? Who the fuck?
Yeah.
wrote
What
down
do you
on
mean
the
fucking mistake?
Yeah. So all this shit's in the bill, along with calling for $800 billion in cuts from from Medicaid, from the agency that runs Medicaid, which is basically the government assistance program if you don't have health insurance and you live below a certain level of income in each state. They give you Medicaid. They wanted to cut $800 billion over 10 years, which essentially means that every congressional district in the country will see a $2 billion reduction in funding for Medicaid over the next 10 years. That means poor people who cannot afford healthcare, all that shit or whatever, are going to have to end Medicaid offices, which are notoriously staffed very well and very efficiently, will be operating with $2 billion less in their budgets. Yes.
That's insane.
That's what
And
this bill costs.
I know some people that use Medicaid and they go through certain shit and they have to get to the hospital and all this extra shit, right? Bro.
Yeah.
Getting through to Medicaid is hard enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
And now you're getting a slice of that shit gone.
So this was in the continuing resolution. That is not a continuing resolution because they didn't continue what the fuck they had last year. They're trying to cut shit. They didn't tell the Dems about it. They didn't negotiate with them at all because they were like, we don't need the votes in the House. We already got the majority. They pushed it through. They voted all the way through. Every Democrat in the House besides one voted no on that shit. Because they were like, what the fuck? Think about it from a Democratic representative perspective. Not every Democrat that's in the House won their election by a landslide. There are some people who are in fucking rural Nebraska who won their election by 1 or 2 points because it's still hella Trump supporters where they stay at. Right. So they put their neck on the line and was like, we're going to vote no on this shit, even though that means fucking over Donald Trump. And even though that means people in our district might be mad at us because this is ridiculous. What the fuck? The shit I just read, that can't pass. That can't pass. So everyone, including Chuck Schumer at first, wanted a 30-day continuing resolution, which just continues the funding for 30 days so that they can come back and negotiate. Because, nigga, we haven't even talked about this shit. You guys are just forcing this through. So they want to extend the same funding we had for 30 days so it doesn't give Trump as much of a window to keep cutting shit or whatever. And while that, all the Republicans who went home already because they were sending motherfuckers home as soon as they got this vote through to be like, damn, we got to call everyone back now. They would all have to come back, do their fucking job, and then let's negotiate and figure out this funding situation, right? So, I don't remember exactly what day. I think the vote was on Friday. I think on Wednesday, the House voted no. And on, I think that Wednesday night or on Thursday, Chuck Schumer was like, yeah, the Senate's going to vote no too. Then the next day or a few hours later, Chuck Schumer flips and says he's going to vote with Republicans to pass the bill and avoid a government shutdown.
What?
And he said he wasn't.
Yes.
I don't think people realize
After
how
the Democrats
insane that is and how bad that is, bro.
After the Democrats in the House put it all on the line and voted no, this motherfucker
stabbed
yes, he stabbed them in the back. The reason why he flipped is still, so he gives reasons, right? He gives every vote.
Nigga, he got a band.
He got
They gave that boy
They gave that boy $2.5 billion to vote and shut the fuck up.
So he flips, right? And before we even get to why he defended it, he flips. He says he's gonna vote because he wants to. If we shut down the government, I'm gonna get into his defense, but I'm just gonna tell you he voted for it, right? And then what that needed to happen is they needed 60 votes to let the bill continue to get voted on. Because basically, if you filibuster something, if you basically protest or whatever, as soon as someone puts something through the government, the opposing party can be like, all right, we're going to protest it, and it's not going to go nowhere. And the way to get them to stop protesting it is you need 60 votes. That invokes something called cloture, and then it moves to actually voting, and then the only thing, it needs to get 51 votes as a bill, right? They voted, Chuck Schumer votes knowing that he needs about 7 senators that are Democrats to vote with him to join up with the Republicans to get past 60 so that they can pass the thing. He got those votes. The 10 Democratic senators that voted for it, I'm going to read their names.
Read their name.
Because you're bullshitting. Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania. That's not a surprise because he's been bullshitting for a while. Senator Catherine Cortez Masto of Nevada. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii. Gary Peters of Michigan.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Hawaii.
Randomly.
The fuck are you doing?
Gary Peters of Michigan, Maggie Hassan of New Hampshire, Kirsten Gillibrand of New York, I think it's Jan Shaheen of New Hampshire, Angus King, who's an independent from Maine, and last but not least, Senator Dick Durbin of Illinois.
Nigga.
Dick Durbin?
Dick Durbin. When JJ showed me Dick Durbin voted on that shit, bro, I just dropped my head, bro. Nigga named Dick. Like,
nigga named Dick, bro.
Nigga Dick Durbin.
Tammy Duckworth stood on business.
Bro, shout out Tammy.
Shout out Tammy. So Dick Durbin votes for it, right? And then I was wondering what the fuck is Chuck Schumer's reasoning for this? Because Chuck Schumer is the Senate leader in the Democrat. He's supposed to like lead the Democrats, get them all to like be in a unified bloc. But now the party's fractured because this nigga said one thing and then backstabbed everyone and did the other thing. Right. Like he announced it later that day. It was like, oh, I'm actually not going to do it. He said it would have given the Trump administration the freedom to slash programs it views as non-essential with little to no recourse for Democrats to pursue.
They've been doing that shit already, bro.
First of all, they've been doing that shit. That's why the whole government shutdown thing is bad. But also they have been rolling, like shutting the government down over time since they got in office. Mm-hmm. And they've been cutting a bunch of shit that they're just willy-nilly deciding, yeah, we need to just cut it, right? That's a fucking lie, though, when it comes to, like, the recourse that the Democrats have. What would happen if Donald Trump did some illegal shit and fired some, like, person illegally or whatever? You'd have to go to court, right? And Chuck Schumer initially tried to come out and say, well, the courts are closed during a government shutdown. No, the fuck they're not. They're not closed. The courts can operate for 3 weeks, and then after that, they operate under the terms of something called the Anti-Deficiency Act, which allows the work to continue during a lapse in, like, funding, if necessary. Because, yeah, it would be a very bad thing if a government shut down because they can't agree on a budget and then the courts can't fucking work. Mm-hmm. So if he did anything illegal with his executive power during this time, you'd have the same avenue of recourse we've had right now while they're cutting the shit. Yeah. Which would be going to court about it.
Crazy.
So yes, we would have some sort of avenue of recourse, and the government shutdown would get blamed on the fucking Republicans. They did multiple fucking polls where they were asking who would the American people blame in this instance because the Republicans control the House, the Senate, the presidency, and the Supreme Court. What the fuck? Who's gonna blame the Democrats when these niggas trying to push through?
Been under the covers.
These niggas are trying to push through their agenda without talking to the Democrats, and they push it through. And as a result of trying to do that unilaterally, they shut the government down. That's the line you need to toe as the fucking Senate leader.
The only people we've been hearing about since January have been the Republicans. Why the fuck would they blame the Democrats for shutting down the government? That makes no fucking sense.
He's trying to say that, it would give him this power to do XYZ, as if he's not saying he has the power now. They just flew motherfuckers and deported them despite a court order to turn the fucking plane around. And they're trying to argue that because the judge didn't write it down, they didn't have to respect it and they were already out. They don't care.
They don't give a fuck.
The doom of the day with like the Dems aren't even favored at all.
They're not favored, right? And the reason why a bunch of people are mad at the fucking Dems is because they're sick of this shit where y'all are not fighting for shit. Everybody, even in the Democratic Party, the vast majority of the Democrats in the Congress still voted no on this shit. But the fact that it ended up getting through, everyone from Nancy Pelosi to AOC have been blasting Chuck Schumer. Because, nigga, you gave the game away for nothing. And the reason why he gave the game away for nothing is because there's this other concept called budget reconciliation, right? Mm-hmm. Budget reconciliation, it starts with the congressional budget. Say the president and Congress want to agree on how much money is going to happen, right? Mm-hmm. Is going to be in the government for the next year. Mm-hmm. It starts with a congressional budget resolution. The budget cannot be stalled in the Senate or in the Senate via the filibuster, the protest shit I just talked about. So when they get together and they're like, we're going to discuss a budget for the next year, they're like, all right, cool. Once they get those budgets hammered out, there's nothing that you can do to be like, we're going to protest this. Now we got to get 60 votes. No, it can just pass with a simple majority.
Okay.
They have that. They have like 53 or 54 because the Democrats got they lost in the last election or whatever. So they have that majority. When it comes to budget reconciliation, if the budget calls for reconciliation, it tells certain committees within the government to change their spending, revenues, and everything. And each committee writes a bill on how it's going to achieve that target, okay? And if more than one committee is told to act, the budget committee puts all those bills from all those committees together in one bill. And then they fast track it. They get to fast track it or whatever because it's a budget spending bill or whatever, and they just get it through. They don't need Democratic votes for that because it can't be protested.
And that's the reason why he should have.
So this stopgap funding bill that just passed is going to fund the government up until around September. Remember I told you they have to agree on it by October.
Yeah.
So in between September and October, guess what the Republicans are going to fucking do?
They're going to do
They're going to get that budget bill. They're going to be like, all right, it's time for the president to set the budget. They're going to call for reconciliation, and they're going to push that bitch
Because
through
they
with
already
no
have the
Democratic
fucking
support because we
majority.
can't even protest it.
Oh, wow.
So that means if that bill, if they decide to do them tax cuts, like we said, if they decide to slash however fucking much from Medicare, Medicaid, from all that shit, they can do it, and the Democrats can't do a goddamn thing about it because they don't need the votes for it. This one with the CR is the one time they needed to work with the Democrats.
Even if it resulted in that government shutdown.
Even if it resulted in the government shutdown, it would do that because you niggas didn't even talk to us. And
he fucking blew
He
it.
said, you know
He
what?
blew it, bro.
Switching sides.
He was willing
What are
to.
we talking about?
He's switching
switching sides. Fucking Benedict Arnold. Nigga, switching sides. And you want to know what's so funny about that? The bright side. Chuck Schumer had a book tour, though. He had a book tour.
Nigga, fuck you.
Yeah.
He wrote a
Piss
book.
on that nigga
you know what?
book.
You
Burn
want
your
to know what the book was about?
What?
Anti-Semitism.
You're bull.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
That's
wait,
what the
wait,
book's
whoa,
about.
whoa,
Mike,
whoa,
I just got
whoa,
so
whoa,
That's
whoa.
what
almost
the
just
book's
stood up. You're
Okay.
bullshitting.
So he has a book about anti-Semitism.
Chuck Schumer.
And
Jewish.
he
And wrote a book about anti-Semitism.
sides with
And was planning on going on a book tour, promoting this book, and just voted with the people.
No.
Who actively
We got
support the nigga
You know
that's
what,
in it.
Chuck? You know what, Chuck?
Wow.
I'm gonna extend you an invite to the Jaam podcast, Chuck, because I really need
Defend
you to
yourself.
defend yourself or explain that. Explain that right there, Chuck, please.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can slide out here.
Yes.
We'll make sure you safe in Chicago.
Yeah, he went on The View yesterday. He was defending his choice. He's like, I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for it, but it would have been a much worse situation if Trump lets the government shut down, and they wanted that. That's why.
What about in fucking October when it becomes an even worse?
There was
situation?
one Republican, I forget their name, in the House that voted against the bill, and Trump on True Social was like threatening primary elections against them. Basically, like, we got to get someone
him
else
outta
out
here.
because you're not falling in line. But apparently they wanted the government shut down, though. No, they wanted to pass that fucking bill. That bill that Trump posted on True Social was like, thank you, Chuck. You did the right thing. Thank you. Yes, they wanted that bill. They wanted to pass the bill so that they can keep doing the shit that they've been doing. And then when it comes time, when you guys don't have that leverage, we're going to push the shit through.
Insane.
So everyone across the political spectrum has been tripping out about it. Nancy Pelosi was blasting him, which that's crazy to happen.
That's nuts.
That's
Yeah,
crazy
that's
because
nuts.
Nancy and Chuck Schumer have been in them for a long time.
She like 100.
Yeah, real
Been
shit.
on that shit.
Yeah, she been on that shit, and I'm pretty sure she like one of the most wealthy congressmen because she be investing in stocks.
Nigga, she don't be investing.
Insider
She be
trading.
insider
Inside
trading.
trading.
Allegedly.
Fuck. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Sure,
Calm down,
alleged,
Dan.
you
Calm
did that
down,
shit.
Dan.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
and AOC also criticized Chuck Schumer very pungently. She actually put out a tweet where she essentially said, I wish I had the tweet on hand right now, but she was like, the Senate Democrats have now blown a hole in their ability to communicate with the House Democrats because you backstabbed us. Yeah. And now everything that happens from this point on falls on you. And a bunch of people in the centrist area of the Democratic Party were even calling for her to primary Chuck Schumer and run against him for Senate.
Let's make it happen, black
Please.
people. Come
Let's
on.
make it happen.
Let's make that happen.
shit
Because
happen, bro.
regardless of what happens, Chuck Schumer needs to step the fuck down.
Like
you have utterly
especially in this
failed.
type of environment.
You have
we don't
failed.
need
We gotta
nobody
get all
to-
these old ass
Right.
senile niggas out. We really do.
Real
bro.
shit. No,
we
you
really
have,
do.
and
bro.
and it's not even you'll say it's not even an ageism thing, right? Because I believe you can be old and about your faculty,
Yeah,
like
look at
Bernie
Bernie.
Sanders.
Bernie.
and AOC are about to go on a fucking anti-oligarch
Yeah, they about to go on
tour.
a run.
I'm
Bernie
about-
old as
I
hell.
damn near want to
Bernie-
go to that
nigga,
shit.
Bernie
Like that.
putting in pain.
Putting
Yo,
in
that
pain.
shit.
Tim Walz was running around
Tim
the country
Walz
too.
putting in pain,
Putting in
nigga.
pain. Y'all had one job. It's to put your foot down and stop it. You are elected people who propose the policies like Medicare, Medicaid, strengthening those. Those are your one duty, to keep those and make sure people that voted for you, normal people, are okay and taken care of. And you said, fuck no.
You said fuck no.
Because of whatever bullshit.
Because of
personal
because of a
incentive.
government
Yes, that's
shutdown.
what
You want to know what
Has to have been a personal-
You want to know what I personally think? I personally think that Chuck Schumer, who is obviously beholden to a lot of corporate donors, understood and was probably informed that the stock market would probably take a bigger hit if we do a government shutdown. And it's crazy because even someone like Nancy Pelosi, who has a lot of shit in the stock market, is like, yeah, you still should have voted for the government.
exactly.
Are you bullshitting?
Nigga,
But I don't
Nancy's
know.
gonna pull out all her
we
shit
got
regardless.
to actually keep
Allegedly.
it though, because it's like, bro, if the government did shut down and the stocks went further, like they're
Who's
not-
blaming
they're
that?
not blaming
They're
that
not
on the
blaming
Democrats.
Trump. They're not blaming
Because
They're
the
not
stock
blaming
market
Trump.
already started plummeting before that happened.
Exactly. It was already
Exactly.
fucked.
And people are dumb enough,
That's just
right?
the
People
final
are
one.
dumb enough, right, to not even look at it where it's like, in a sense, you would say like it would be the Democrats' fault for not voting on it.
Yeah.
But like it's like no one's gonna research that. You're gonna have a bunch of people on the right that are saying the Democrats did it, and
Yeah.
dumb people. I promise you, them same Trump supporters are probably gonna be like, nah.
The-
You know what I mean? Like,
the
they're probably
recurring
not even
issue-
gonna believe
the
that
recurring
shit,
issue
bro.
that we're
they
seeing-
haven't been nowhere.
We're seeing these people like step up their game and saying, fuck you, fuck your decorum, fuck everything, right? And the only time the Democrats never actually fight to defend this decorum that they care so much about. We have to be nice. We have to be presentable. In every other CR, it's telling you exactly where this money is going to be used. And they're getting bipartisan support, even if it's a difficult negotiation. And these motherfuckers literally said, fuck you to your face. It was like, we're not even going to talk.
He said, okay.
And that's the one time you vote. And that's mind you,
idiot.
I could say a curse word and it's oh my God. But mind you, you broke with tradition. The one time you do break with tradition is just voting and abdicating to these people. That's the one time we're not gonna fight for our decorum and actually have them negotiate with us. We're just gonna let it go.
Nuts.
So this has been a major failure on behalf of Democratic leadership, and I think it's more than time for all of these
gotta change
centrist
this
people,
shit, bro.
all these people who actually don't give a fuck about the will of the people to go. It's either they're fascists or they're not. And if
Yeah.
you're going to fight like that against fascists, no, fuck you. No,
Cook.
no.
You know
you're
what the
cooked.
world needs? The jam.
Nigga, the world needs
For
the
black
jam,
men, fuck
nigga.
Batman.
Because that's the thing.
For
Because
black
think about it. Fuck Batman. For black men. Because if you really think about it, there's a lot of shit that like you miss. It was hard for me to catch up with this shit and like actually be able to spell out what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
If you don't have
Nigga,
your
this-
day to
I think
day.
this was the like as quiet as we've all three
Yeah.
been. We
Yeah.
had to
Yeah, I'm
follow,
just
nigga.
listening.
Yeah.
Had to, nigga.
So we're waiting to see where the Democratic Party goes. Bernie put out a statement
hell?
saying that the that's what it sounds like because fucking Hakeem Jeffries, leader of the House, just came out and was like,
What a
"I have
name.
confidence in Chuck Schumer's leadership moving forward."
Yeah.
Apparently, they had a long
Confidence of a nigga that
conversation.
just backstabbed you.
I don't.
Niggas had a long conversation. Hey, Hakeem, I'll give you this 10 mil. Nigga.
Yo, bullshitting. You're either going to stand up against the fascists or not. I don't have confidence in none of you fuck niggas' leadership moving forward. We need a realignment, and the party has to step away and actually understand that hey, you can win if you help people.
We need a J. William J25 need to come quick. nigga.
Lock in.
For
So
real.
let's there's here to hoping that we get a more positive outcome. But ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it is. We are in the final 10 minutes
Final 10.
man.
of
Final
our
10,
episode.
man.
We enjoyed talking with y'all.
did
Like
it.
and fucking subscribe.
Oh, God, like
I
and
forgot to
subscribe.
tell y'all.
Hey, this a long one for y'all, but I think we got some shit for y'all. This
Yeah,
time,
and y'all know how we have an ability to make the dark shit even funny, but sometimes you just gotta laugh at times, and sometimes you gotta have uplifting moments. Because I remember we did tell y'all a thing. We told y'all at the end of last episode to comment with JaamTalks and let us know.
JaamTalk.
Hashtag JaamTalks or whatever. Some of y'all listen, most of y'all did not. I seen a couple comments I wanted to put on there anyway because I'm like, fuck it. But I decided we gonna give priority to the ones who followed along and did hashtag JaamTalks. So let's get into our very first comment that we have. So we have I'm not gonna read your name.
Flex Artistry.
Oh, okay. Well, I couldn't see. Flex Artistry says, surprised JJ didn't bring up the biggest right-wing fast-talking clip farmer in Ben Shapiro. Yeah, I don't know how we missed that one.
Yeah, I
that
don't
man
know.
is the definition of a clip. He was like the OG clip farmer. There was a clip that popped up of him back in like 2016, like Gamergate era, which was basically when all the incel, like the early version of Red Pill niggas were mad because women were in video games or whatever. And there was a woman named Anita
niggas
Sarkeesian.
still mad about that shit to
Yeah,
this
there was a
day.
woman named Anita
that was the
Sarkeesian. Who was,
I didn't
Yes.
even know
yes,
that.
that
They're
was how
mad
that
about
was how a
women
lot
being
of the
in video
shit.
games. They're mad about black people being in video games. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
that's still the case.
shit. No,
That's still the case. But yeah, there
insane,
was a woman. She's a feminist. Her name's Anita Sarkeesian, I believe, and she was like making breakdown videos about like representation of like women in games or whatever. And basically they freaked out. They're like, "Whoa, why is this SJW?" Yeah. While they eat their 80th Dorito. So basically, what happened?
Fucking keyboard cover.
So
nigga.
that era was the
on the table.
that era was the era in which Ben Shapiro blew up, and I remember he was giving this talk where he goes to college campuses and he like stands on the
I remember that
stage,
shit.
stands on the stage, he talks down like the college students. Yeah, he says to a
Like, that's how the nigga
You're
used to
talking-
speak on that
I'm
fucking
gonna
time.
shout out a creator that I love that I've been watching for years. His name is H Bomber Guy. He made a video where he like pulls this clip and he's like on stage and he's like, let's say like climate change is real and the water rises by 10 feet, let's say 20 feet over like 100 years. You think people aren't gonna sell their homes and move? We've reached a point in our culture where someone can say that and have a career after that.
Yeah.
Sell your house to fucking who? That's what H Bomber guy made. He made a viral clip where he breaks down the wall.
Sell it to who?
He's like, who sell it to who, Ben? Fucking Aquaman? Who the fuck is buying a house that's flooded?
Underwater.
I'm in Miami and the sea levels are coming and sweeping my house away. Yeah, bro, you want to buy this house? You be down. You can live in it when
Let's make a shared aquarium or some nigga.
Like,
yeah, if you press the button to go underwater too, you bullshit. So yeah, Ben Shapiro is an unserious person. He just came out about the whole Derek Chauvin shit too. That should let you know about where his head is. Trying to say that he should get part.
Anything for the click.
Anything for the fucking click.
Appreciate that comment.
Appreciate that comment. Thank
Bro.
you. What one of y'all can read the next one?
What y'all think about the girl getting hit with a baton during the race? And that was bound by rage.
Bro,
Bound by rage.
when I
Appreciate
tell
that
you,
comment.
when I tell you the first time I seen that shit, I'm like, oh, she beat the shit out that shorty.
Yeah.
And then I was reviewing it, and I seen that like maybe possibly the baton when she was running and shit slid up her back, and then but I'm like, no. No, you
Let's play the clip.
Yeah,
Let's play the clip. Because some of y'all got this shit fucked up.
Let's play the clip.
So you see her rounding around the bend right now.
Pause it right there.
Stop it.
Right there.
There's no way.
Yeah. So you see what ends up happening. You see there's one girl out in front, first place, and then the two girls, the girl who gets hit, the girl who gets hit, and the girl in question. The girl in question's on the outer side of like the inner lane, and the girl who hits her is in the innermost.
Stop it.
You see her
at her.
You see her running. You see her
She's
running.
not even looking forward.
Nigga, you see her running with the correct form.
Shorty.
She's running with the correct form. Then you see her cock her right arm back in the sky and bring it down like Thor's hammer on the back of
Man, you know
her
what pissed me
head.
off, bro? Bro, you know what pissed me off, bro? I see Shorty the other day. She
Crying. Because the assault charges.
Y'all worried about her head, but you're not worried about my mental.
She said
that?
Nigga,
Yes.
she said, y'all worried about her head, but y'all not worried about my man. Ooh, I'm gonna call you out your name. Stop.
No, that
me,
makes
bro.
you even
Wow.
more guilty.
Bro, if I'm the parent of my child that just got smacked, I gotta get in the gloves with everybody.
Yeah.
Right.
You're bullshitting. That's in 4K.
That's- we just watched you slap
Like,
my daughter.
at a-
Y'all
I'm
need to
sorry.
be
Literally.
worried about my mental after you just almost killed this girl.
They teach you this shit. We ran track. They teach you. We're in 8th grade, little scuds learning how to do the baton toss. You stick your arm out. They slap you.
Stick.
You grab
Remember?
Then you
stick.
you call it.
Yeah.
How do you go from this to this?
Not
No,
only when
that's
they were
intense.
teaching us
Like,
that,
bro.
they were teaching you in the fact that you don't hit someone or you
Yes,
don't fuck
you
it
give
up.
yourself that spacing. You should not be interrupting your form at all when you're trying to win a race. You should be right here. Right here. No
right
point
here.
where
Yeah.
should you
No,
be
that
up
has
here.
never been a
Exactly.
case.
Yeah. I'm sorry, the tears are not. I'm not fucking. with it.
We're not agreeing with that, bro.
Yeah.
She
You gotta- it might
definitely
be a
did that.
Alligator, crocodile, snapping turtle,
And
tears.
she's
bro.
younger,
You
and she's younger,
bullshit.
so it's probably a very scary time for you. But that's lo and behold, consequences of my
It's a
actions.
terrifying
Oh,
time.
no,
It's a terrifying time, nigga.
actions.
Train for jail.
Nigga,
Next
train
comment.
for jail.
Lock in.
For jail.
Train.
He said, "Lock
So
me."
Appreciate
Beast
that
Nation,
comment. Beast Nation, let's see it.
Beast Nation said, y'all ate once again. Looking forward to the next episode. Drop. Hashtag jail.
Oh, that is admissible in a court of law against Aubrey Drake Graham.
Yo.
Nigga, you shouldn't have told him to drop if you was gonna tell him to stop.
Bro,
appreciate you,
good,
bro.
bro. Nah, we
Appreciate
appreciate
you,
it.
my boy.
Appreciate
Appreciate
y'all.
it so
The
much.
love
Support is
has
amazing,
been,
bro.
The love has been amazing, bro.
been
Y'all been
amazing.
y'all understand we've seen it as written on some
As
Dune
written.
shit because we've been saying that we knew y'all was gonna fuck with like something. Each of us have had like some moment that y'all have really fuck with, and y'all have been peeping like our chemistry too. So the love has been insane.
Y'all, I know we got people in our comments. We got people in our comments talking about
The love and hate is definite.
You're the left wing grifter, bro. I wish we was getting fucking paid $400,000 to say the fucking truth.
I wish we didn't believe it.
Right.
You know
Nigga,
what's
this
so
is us,
funny?
man.
Literally
Us,
just
You know
us.
what's
we
so
do
funny?
this.
Nigga, you can find me in 2021 calling Donald Trump a fascist.
True.
Don't fucking
Literally.
play with us.
Literally.
We've been saying this same shit for
Oh,
years.
God.
Literally.
You
Nigga,
bullshit.
nigga,
Don't
nigga,
bring up the
oh,
Cartier family ever again.
Yeah.
We got something for their ass.
We
And
got
like,
something
bro,
for
we
that.
see, we
Niggas
see
been
all
saying
these-
this shit, bro, from like the blonde hair with the dark spot. in
The
middle.
blind hair, nigga.
Hell
That's what I was
yeah.
talking about, dear Donald Trump and
we've
shit.
we've been seeing all the negative comments, but the shit don't matter because like y'all still have been giving us insane love.
Yeah.
All that
Yeah,
shit don't matter.
yeah.
'cause we
Love,
got
the
our
love.
real
What
support.
the niggas say, bro?
The love and hate is definite without a cure. That was what he said. That's
I
been
thought-
whacked
no,
out
nigga
murals.
say, like, I know. I thought the nigga said like tight. Anyways,
nigga laughed at me and
I
didn't
can
even.
remember the bitch. I can remember it, but yeah, nah, the love has been crazy. We really fucking appreciate you.
Thank you
The
guys.
city is. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Nigga singing "See in
I'm
Power,"
sorry.
nigga.
I'm sorry. It's
Yo.
I'm sorry.
But this has been another episode of the Jam. Hopefully y'all learned something. If you didn't learn something, watch it again. You probably missed something.
Oh God! Put that bitch in 0.5 speed and
Yeah,
watch
some
that
point.
bitch.
Everybody
slow it down.
talk like me.
Either
Get something.
either that, or if you got the attention span of a turnip, put it 2x speed. You be straight.
And the motherfuckers
shit.
that be in the comments talking about, oh, y'all don't know what you're talking about, and didn't give no type of rebuttal.
We waiting on it, and
We
make sure
waiting
you
for
hashtag Jam Talk.
Yes, hey,
Hashtag
listen this
Jam Talk.
time
Don't be
because a
proof.
lot of y'all did leave comments that I would love to read, but we not reading them unless you put that hashtag on it. So put
You
that
will
hashtag
get
on it.
fried if it's some bullshit.
Yes,
Let
you
know.
will. And we will always ride for the truth and for y'all wherever it takes us. So yeah, thank you guys for the support, for the love.
bro.
Make sure you like, subscribe, all that good shit. Follow us on every platform.
What platform? J. William J.
We're talking Spotify. We're talking Amazon.
Oh my
we're
God.
talking- I couldn't tell you.
YouTube, we're talking
Audible.
Audible.
We're
talking
iHeartRadio.
Pocket
iHeartRadio.
Cast. We
See
talking about.
Oh, bro. Also, you know what I mean? I know y'all be seeing in the background. Soho Studios.
We
What
can
is the-
really talk-
Nigga, when is
We didn't even do the
shirt
fit
coming?
check.
Oh my God.
We didn't do the fit
check. We didn't do the fit
Hold on.
check.
Do I just start off on some shit?
Yeah.
When is the
Real quick, the quickest
when
fit
is
check
the
you've ever done.
shirt coming, nigga?
Bro, the shirt is coming soon.
Shirt
bro.
coming
but
soon.
You know
But
nothing else besides.
if y'all want it now, what y'all can do is follow the Instagram page, sohostudios.co.
Indeed.
And
Indeed.
dropping, we gonna do a redrop of the Freedom shirts right here.
Yeah.
And fit of the day, got the Soho tracksuit on.
Soho
bro.
track.
Got it, bro. You got
That
it.
shit
bro.
Hold on,
exclusive. That's not
zip-
even in
This,
the store.
this ain't even out for
This ain't
real.
even
out
This
yet,
ain't even
nigga.
out. This some
want
exclusive.
one.
I gotta rob this man. Bro.
Get your money up.
Yeah, on some
I
shit.
wanna get my money.
On some
But
shit.
no, it's like a tracksuit. Got the zipper up. Got the Soho on the side. Got the jacket pockets up. Soho to the
on
side.
some
Got
shit,
the
on some
got
shit.
the
Got the
hood
hood
on
on
some
some
shit.
stuff. Yeah.
Soho shit.
I'm not gonna lie, we not about to do everybody fit check.
Hell
because we
no.
don't got that. But thank you guys so much. We love y'all and have an awesome day and night wherever you are.
Peace out. Peace out. Peace out.